Howdy, folks. Welcome to Adventures in Alberon Courts of Everest. I am Joe Treff, your DM this evening and most, and joining me are my friends, Matt, Vincent, Tina, Tiny Tina, Kara,
I'm not Tiny Tina.
and Alana. I don't know why something about that threw me off. Anyways, D&D is going to happen tonight. I left creepy mirror music on, so give me 1 second to switch it over.
Creepy mirror.
Something a little less creepy.
Sorry. I'll try to contain myself, but look at that baby.
I know, it's a good baby. All right, happy news.
Chilling. She's just chilling on that.
So
She's
we are going to
vibing.
play D&D, but before we do, a couple of quick announcements. First, we are going to be going on break next week for 2 weeks, and in the course of that time, we will actually be having stuff that is premiering on YouTube at Alberon RPG. It is an original series that is run for us by Kara called Iron and Thorn. Kara, tell us about it.
It is taking place in the greater Old Gods of Appalachia universe, which is a kind of eldritch horror taking place in 1920s Appalachia. But since I know nothing about Appalachia, I decided to make my own mill town in Massachusetts. Vincent, Joe, Alana, and Hannah all play characters in it, and they do a fantastic job of just being straightforward and absolutely nothing goes wrong. It's just a slice of life character drama.
Yeah. It's really
I'm
just
vibing
like
upstairs.
yeah,
It's really great.
Yeah.
It's real fun.
nothing weird happens.
So Thursdays and Fridays for the next 2 weeks, you can see the first 4 sessions, followed by the final session on Saturday, August 3rd, when that re-airs. And then, in the meantime, all the old sessions from all the campaigns, all the one-shots, everything that we've ever played, available over there at Alberon RPG. We have a number of different projects that are in the works. One of the big ones is from Sophie Bischoff, who's making us a whole bunch of different tarot cards, of which we are getting close to the 4th one. Yeah, we're halfway, about halfway done. We're not quite done with Alice's yet, but almost halfway.
It looks really good.
It does look
very good.
There's some other cool projects. I know that there is an Iron and Thorn logo that came out recently, and so there'll be some apparel that you'll see that the players will have to figure that out to have to know that before
Apparel,
we
you
leave today.
say?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a super cool logo. You can see that it was
We're all
designed by
getting
my friend
matching
Tyr.
pants.
Oh, we're getting matching pants. Yeah, that's
that no one will be able to
Socks.
see.
We're actually already wearing them.
We're all wearing the matching pants.
we're all wearing the Alberon socks. So
It's all one pair, too.
yeah, that is something. And we played. No, we didn't play Starfinder last night. Yeah, that's right. Oh man, 3 weeks in a row with no
Feel better,
Starfinder. But when we do play our return session, which I believe is on the 8th, we are going to be settling in likely for the final round of the lockout tournament before you meet Henry Kent, assuming that you survive.
It's a big assumption.
Yeah. And so that's all the announcements that we have. Please, it's time for this week's session of Courts of Everest.
Kyle.
That threw me off. Wandering Hearts. Last we played, you questioned your goblin captives, finding one of them to be named Zonzi, and learned about the lay of the Underdark land, and that though they understood that perhaps the Celestial was not the best employer, it was certainly better than the alternatives that they had seen, including individuals that were children of exceptional size and violence. You learned about the outslide that lay ahead, but the goblins thought of as fun provided that you survived. It is a long corkscrew-like enclosed ice slide that had a number of different obstacles embedded in it, ranging from rusty halberds to particularly nasty spiders. You all made it down very successfully, with the exception of Minka, who nearly failed twice, though Valis's aura of protection serving as the difference maker a number of times on the way down. The only person who really didn't succeed was Alina, who tumbled hoof over hair to the bottom, sliding into the midst of a thoroughfare used by goblins, led by none other than an individual that all of you took to calling the Horser. With the body of a celestial horse and the torso of a devil, the creature you dubbed the Horser attempted to clump you together with impulses of psychic energy before striking out with bolts of lightning. Billy, you took the front line, bisecting goblins and using Eldritch Blast to unusually good effect. Valis, you held the center, your aura proving the difference between making checks at disadvantage again and again, attempting to use the prayer beads of Javaris to cast Mental Prison, though the creature did seem able to shrug that off. Or you hit so effectively that you missed the battle. Minka, I know. Minka, you kept the party alive, contributing a goblin of your own and ultimately landing the killing blow on the creature. But it was Alina who, flying forward with fiery leaves trailing from their wake, used the waistcoat of the Nightmare Rider to cast harm on the Horserer, the magic of the coat lashing out and opening wounds across their body, dealing a nearly mortal blow almost instantly. After this, Valis, you made a plea for the rest of the goblins to see reason, and now, with 9 goblins in tow, you all peer about the Underdark exhausted, or very much on the cusp of starting to make exhaustion checks. And that is where we begin this evening.
So our plan was to get to the gem troll, garner the diamonds, and barter for diamonds and rest, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
At the very least, we want to get on the opposite side of this door, because then when the little patrol comes by and sees that the Horserer is bisected, we can go through be on the opposite side of the door. And so they don't directly just be like, oh, the culprits.
So behind you, in your wake, where you have just passed, there is a scene of devastation. Just goblins all over the place. Their innards or outards. The Horser is kind of spread across about 15 square feet. But for all
Not
of
as many
you,
that could have been, because we kept 9 alive.
That's true. And so there is a tremendous number of footprints that now lead in your direction through the snow and towards this cavern where there is a door in front of all of you. Where you are on the stone ground, there is not snow so much. There is some moisture here and there. It does seem to get a little bit warmer beyond. You see in front of you a metal door, stone in the picture that I sent you because of Adobe limitations. But this door is very much metal. There is a metal kind of latch that is slid aside, probably about like 6 inches deep. It is almost like a metal bar that goes across. And then there are metal, almost pig iron slats. They are very rustic looking, and they have been slid down, with the exception of one that dangles from a chain attached to a very full bucket. As you sort of mentioned, off to the side, there are these like buckets that are mostly empty. One of them is severed from the chain itself. You can see a twisted link that is broken off into the side. But that is mostly what's around you. This door is about as wide as the rest of the cavern here, only about 15 feet wide here. And so all 6 of you and 9 goblins makes for a very kind of clustered group, for what it's worth.
I didn't realize that all 9 goblins had followed us down.
Yeah, we told them to keep a perimeter.
We did we asked
Oh,
them
okay.
to sort of
So
keep an eye
they'll
out.
kind of wait down the other end of that tunnel, maybe like 40 feet away. But they sort of establish a little ring right there, with Zanzi certainly taking the leadership role.
Does this, from our experience in these tunnels, does this seem like goblin engineering?
No check required, yeah. I mean, or you like separate from the darkness now, the battle's over. You can see, you can see almost certainly the same exact craftsmanship that had created the wonderful goblin trap that was that spike jabbed into the ground. Same exact metal. Rusted. You can see places where hammer hit and like little shears snipped it away. This wasn't even properly worked. It was probably sheet cut and then peeled apart.
So is this something that could be easily lock-picked by just, like, pulling these out of the part that's... Because the way that I see it in the picture and the way that I'm hearing it is, like, pipes held within pipe holding the door shut.
That's what it looks like for sure.
Yeah, but if this door is 15 feet wide, it looks like the bars are 15 to 20 feet high up, right?
Yeah, they're pretty tall.
Okay. The chain that's broken, is it just dangling from the ceiling?
Yeah.
Can I reach that?
Yeah.
Can I grab it and see if pulling on it pulls one of the equivalent pipes
Sure.
from the door?
So you go over to this chain, you grab onto it, and for those of you who are watching, you see Ori just lift their legs up, and almost instantly you kind of tumble down. You kind of buckle your knees a little bit because there's no resistance whatsoever. These bars don't move.
So it's probably
None of the bars
broken
move.
up within. One that has a bucket attached, I'm going to kind of like put my hand in the bottom of the bucket and just press down and see if that, like the added pressure in the bucket lifts one. Because I'm seeing this full
Okay.
bucket and the one that's not.
So you see Ori jump up, kind of grab this chain, fall down, like wobble a little bit, then go over and plant their hand in the bucket as Ori just kind of flop, flop, flop. And nothing seems to change. Is there anything that anybody else is doing?
Just watching. Can
Did it-
I? Sorry, you go. I lost my train of thought.
Do the train... So, like, we see the chains attached to the top of the bars. Do we see them, like, go anywhere? Do they go directly to the
Make an
bucket?
investigation check.
Oh, I thought they went up
Yeah.
into the
Or
ceiling.
if they went, like, behind, like, a screen or something.
And while that is happening, I'd like
They
to
appear to go up
inspect.
into the ceiling.
I'd like to inspect the little hook mechanism thing.
Make an investigation check.
9.
9? No idea. You look up at this, and it's like your eyes start losing focus. You're tired. It has been at this point close to 25 hours.
Yeah, probably not important.
You're getting tired.
14.
14. With a 14, that does find something rather peculiar. You would imagine that this rope would be tied around this hook. It's certainly possible, but this hook has been almost like it splits the actual fibers of the rope itself. It was forced through. And you imagine putting any real weight on this would probably shred the rope, or at the very least damage it, and not create enough leverage to lift this huge piece of metal that goes across the door. But with that check, not a whole lot that you could really tell about it.
Can I make a check to see if I can supplement our knowledge here?
Using what skill?
What's been used already? I'm sorry.
Perception has been used, really. Investigation, and that's it.
Cool. I guess I'll make an Arcana check.
Okay.
Is it magical in nature?
Oh, God.
That's a 24.
No.
Okay.
This is as mundane as you could get. In fact, when you think about the word mundane,
Yeah.
you can it's like you take a snapshot and you imagine if you turn the page in a dictionary, that's what you would see.
I'm like, don't worry, guys. It's not magical.
It's almost mundane to the point that it's like poorly made, so it's mundane by like regular crafting standards.
I'm like, guys, why don't we just find a way to bust it down? It's
I
so
was
mundane.
About to say, is it like, can I just take it apart and unlock it by virtue of it being such a simple mechanism that it's like we?
How are you going to try to do that?
I have my tinkerer's tools. Can I just like detach the pipes to the chains so that they just fall through?
Attach the pipes to the chains. Yeah, absolutely.
So that like basically because
It's pretty tall.
So there's this pipe, right?
Yeah.
And then other pipes going through it
Yeah.
to hold it in place.
So you want to unlink the
Wanna
chains.
Unlink the chains so that the pipes just fall through to the bottom and like basically are no longer.
Very poor metal, and given the malleability, very easy to do. You don't need a check. You do need somebody to help you do it.
Alina, could you just bring me up there? I think I could just if we just take these off.
You just, like a toddler, scoop them under the armpits. And just
It's definitely one of these. Like,
I want uppies.
You scoop them up, and Ori, it's a little uncomfortable, but you snip the first chain, and as you do, this metal, it is poor quality. It almost bends with these kind of clippers, and they just snip, and there is this, as it breaks, there's a snap, and this chain just slams onto the ground. The chain's heavy. It's very, very poor metal, but it's heavy, and the bar itself certainly substantial. It slides straight through this little metal kind of mechanism and seems to clear the door, no problem.
Does it seem like if I do the rest of them, it'll unlock it?
Alina, you bring Ori down the line and you snip them one after the other after the other. And by the sixth one, there is nothing holding this thing on. If you want, you look at the rope, and based on what Billy saw, it's not like in very good shape. But with Alina's help especially, you can just drag this metal thing aside. Yeah, no problem.
Well, I think
Let's do
problem
it.
solved.
Get ready, everybody. I don't know for what, but just.
And you look at the door. There's no handles on it.
Guys,
Can we push it?
You push the door, and you realize, regardless as to whether or not you had pulled these things aside, this door just pushes open. It seems that the goblins were not perhaps smart enough to figure out how to actually make the mechanism, and so it's more for appearances than anything. But the door of apparent balance swings open, and on the other side you can see there is
Alina in her mind is like, oh my god, fucking goblins.
There is a 65-foot deep, or maybe a little bit deeper at its crevice. It's very, very narrow, and the rocks kind of jut out here and there. And Minka, you're still glowing brightly, correct?
Yep.
So you cast pretty sharp shadows, which really show how narrow this place is. Though the ceiling rises up about 20 feet, it's pretty short. It's very, very narrow. But with your light on the very end, clustered around this rock, you can see there are glints of gems. Very clear. The clarity on them is substantially. You can see it even from this distance and in the dark. It's almost like looking back into distorted rock because it's so clear. Make a perception check, everybody.
First dice roll in a long time. And by a long time, I mean like a week and a half.
21 for Alina.
24. Ooh.
29.
Whoa!
10.
10.
Val is just sleeping.
My number is also 2 digits.
25.
Okay.
Collectively perceptive. Collective win.
We were perceptive.
Phenomenal.
So, Minka, what was yours?
My eyes.
24.
Our
And yours is 21? So, Cheshire, Valis, and actually, Alina and Minka, everybody under 25, you all see this, like, cluster of gems. You can see that here and there is loose stone. Valis, if you wanted to cast animate objects, this is the place. I mean, there is just, it looks like, and actually, for those of you who rolled above a 15, you see signs of like mining having been done, and so there's like loose stone all over the place. But for those of you who rolled above a 19, or above a 20 rather, you can see, or sorry, above a 20, it's 25 and up. 25 and up, you can see that there is a place where the stone is differently colored in the back, and it's almost looks like the light that Minka is casting through these gems is distorting it. But having seen a gem troll before, you can see the vaguely humanoid shapes, and if you look long enough, you can see where the stone shifts as their quote-unquote eyes kind of blink. And they seem to be regarding all of you.
I point out the troll.
Billy, with a 29. Here, the wind blows ever so slightly. You're getting just a slight gust of a twirling wind that is blowing by the tunnel that you are all in. You, like, hear one of the goblins just go, "Oh, it's so cold," and, like, shivering, and there's chattering. You barely get, like, the even tiniest bits of a hint from it, but on that wind, you hear something. And you're not sure what it is, but your hair stands up. Whatever it is pretty far away, but it's... You can't help but feel like something's looking for you.
Don't like that.
But for the rest of you, you're in this cavern.
So I've got 120 feet of dark vision, so can I, like, make out what's...
As soon as they start, like, cluing you
Yeah.
into some of this, easily you pick
Okay.
up on this. I would say so easily that would a visual perspective be helpful.
Yeah.
Yay!
The
But then we have to
puzzle.
move the berries.
Moving the snacks
Move
closer.
in the
to
snacks.
me.
Moving the snacks.
Oh, poo.
We might...
Oopsie.
Can someone grab... Oh, there's no more paper towels.
Berries.
How about here?
I'll grab some from upstairs.
This one has.
Oh no, it's more for to wipe down the table. So
That's okay. Just put them in the mouth.
Oh.
Here, take these.
Put that in your mouth.
Ooh.
Oh, it's the cool rock.
It is the cool rock.
But from the
That
combat
rock
side, it's
has
just
a face. And
And Dan.
there is a picture, a very small picture of Dan's head.
Poster.
And it says, "Have you seen this man? He's awesome."
That's pretty great.
Yeah.
That's one of the little posters from the Zing Crawler.
And you can see
On Thursday
in-
nights on Twitch.
You can see
at
better
6:30.
detail at Albron RPG, but this is our close-up camera here, and there's berries just on the periphery.
Just everywhere. Okay, so as my eyes adjust, I would like to cast tongues,
Okay.
and then into the darkness, I am going to call. I'm gonna call. Hello in there. We've come to barter. May I approach?
What language are you speaking?
Well, I'm using tongues, so
Right.
All of them.
all of them, all at once. As long as he understands at least one language, he can understand me.
You're a
He does.
polyglot.
So, in this moment, as you speak out to them using tongues, for the rest of you, it is like Alina's voice. You can hear the common, but it splits. And for those of you who don't speak common, perhaps as a first language, you begin to hear it in your own. And for those of you who have maybe not heard Alina speak in Elvish or things of that nature, it is a little disjointing. And then almost overlaid over it like an auto-tune, you can hear just these other dialects of the exact same speech. Each person kind of focuses on the language they're choosing, but you can hear, you say these words to this person, and Alina, as you speak, your whole body kind of vibrates. You are speaking Terran, though you are not necessarily aware of that. But this individual looks at you and almost at once just stands and shifts and just poof, away from the wall. And there's no aggression about this, but they separate themselves and they turn and they say, "You speak the mother tongue."
I speak many tongues. May I approach? Revered one.
Okay, make a persuasion check.
I'm not revered.
21.
The revered one is my father.
You can see
please.
it turns and it lowers itself. And there is this, every time that it moves, the entire cave around it shakes, like it's an extension of the body of this creature. But everything rumbles. Val, as you accustomed to looking for the stones that you can animate, it's like they all start animating for a second. But you see these eyes almost 100 feet back, and then slowly it's like the body goes forwards and they merge into that rock that has the diamonds, and those diamonds just crawl across their skin and they to the other side. And you can put them just right on the other side of those diamonds in front of them. And one of the three huge fingers comes up and gestures you forwards.
I say to the group, hang tight for a second. He seems to appreciate that I can speak his mother tongue, so just stay here for a minute and let me go talk to him. And I approach.
Okay. You approach, you draw within like 15 feet, within however close you want to get, and he would say to you, "Have you brought nutrients for the earth?"
What manner of nutrients do you seek?
Dirt. Alina, you being there by yourself, you ask this question, "What do you seek?" It reaches out a hand, and there is the shifting of stone and pebbles, and it holds it out as if offering you a hand to shake. It's gigantic, almost as large as your entire torso.
I reach out my hand like.
Is he about to suck her soul?
Yeah, can
Make
I
it-
actually?
make an insight check.
Can I also make an insight check?
Well, yeah, make an insight check.
Like as I'm reaching it out, like,
30.
is this a good idea? I don't know.
Make an insight check at disadvantage.
I got a
me?
30.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
It's
7.
gonna be bad. I'll be
7.
like,
With a 7, hard to tell.
Yeah, you don't say.
With a 30.
Is Alina in imminent danger?
Whispers.
Oh, whispers!
Whispers.
Whispers so rarely happen.
I know. It's like
This is
pretty
good.
wild.
Ooh, we got a wheel.
Yay!
Has nutrients. Thank you, Olive.
That's a great wheel, actually, because I think what this guy really needs is a protein shake. And we definitely
Yeah.
have.
We have
Stay in my hand.
protein.
So
But
you
I'm
Okay.
creeping into the shadows and getting ready if
make a stealth
things
check.
go south.
Alina, are you touching its hand?
Yeah.
Do you fail a Constitution saving throw?
Do I? Is it against a magic effect?
No.
Just squeezes real hard. 17.
17.
Ow, my hand.
No, so it's not that. As it touches your hand, for just a moment, you feel it's like nausea, but that's not quite the right word. There is this feeling in your body that feels almost like your spirit is set back for a second. And you suddenly feel the sensation of maybe insects or something like that crawling through your fur, but that's not quite right because your fur is too long. And then you realize to some extent you are feeling what is on this creature's back, and this creature's back in its kind of conception of everything is above this cavern, just the probably about 30 feet of stone that goes up. And there are just creatures that are crawling through there, and it implants in you telepathically this sense that it is looking for something to feed this general ecosystem. And you see in this flash these little insects moving through and swallowing things up and then passing soil and then the slow gradual creation of ground. And this is all happening in just like an instant, and your fur like back, and that is what failing that Constitution check is. But all at once as that goes in, again, this individual says, "Do you bring nutrients for this earth?"
Please, may my friends approach as well. I feel confident that we can provide nutrients, but they may have more knowledge about such things than I do.
It's going to turn and just gaze across this party. Doesn't see Ori with that check, but the head inclines.
We got a wheel.
Okay.
Yeah, we got a wheel.
It has nutrients.
It has nutrients. Sorry, you said his head inclines?
With that
like
wheel,
nods?
yeah, with
Yeah.
that wheel, as you
Oh, thank you.
approach, it nods and it says, "If you intend no harm to me, you will be safe. Set your mind at ease."
We intend no harm, indeed. And then she's gonna just kind of call back. You can come in. We'll be safe. As long as, we don't do anything weird. So be cool, everybody. And then Alina will
you say?
continue to translate for the remainder of the conversation.
So he wants. You're saying he wants nutrients?
He says he wants nutrients for the earth, and she kind of like describes the understanding that she received.
Other.
How many goblin bodies were there back there?
Back where?
In the horserer room.
Oh, bunch.
Do you like bodies,
Would flesh suit your purposes?
corpses,
It
bodies?
nods and it says, "The scaled ones used to bring us much flesh. This would be appreciated."
We can bring you much flesh. Shall we bring it here to your cave? Like just right here?
"What do you want?"
We seek two things. One, a safe place to rest so that we can regain our strength. Two, we would seek to barter for diamonds if you would part with them.
Make it. I'm trying to think, what would the Terran word for this be? Jeez.
I love when we accidentally stump Joe.
Keep in mind, we also have like the feast platter, which I don't
I
would
would
work for
provide
nutrients for one meal.
That's
Yeah.
true.
I have good
Oh, that's
memories.
right. I forgot you said that.
We have like 10
He said he
goblin
wants bodies. We have so many bodies. Anyway,
Well, we
I-
asked if he wanted bodies. He said he wants nutrients.
yeah, that's true.
You can get nutrients
This
from a lot of
huge
things.
kind of creature of rock and stone gets down even lower, and it slumps down to its knees, and the legs just kind of mold into the earth. So now it's just kind of standing on its knees, a little bit closer to your height. But it says, "If you bring nutrients, I shall provide you with a safe place. As safe as any down here for you."
Many thanks to you. If you will allow us a few minutes, we will bring all the nutrients we can find. May I ask, have you considered the second thing we seek, diamonds?
It nods, and for just a moment, there is a flash of this impulse, and you get the sense that as long as you stay within 15 feet of this creature, that effect will last. Make a nature check.
9.
This doesn't feel... You feel like something like this has happened to you before, but at this moment, it's not really coming to you where the source might be. But it transmits to you a image of a stone, and it is crystal clear. It is very crystalline in nature, and it is a shade of blue that is quite vibrant.
Oh. I'll describe that to the... Well, I'll say, thank you. We will return soon with many servings of flesh.
You know what else also has nutrients? Potatoes.
Yeah.
Don't we have lots of potatoes?
Billy's started going for the corpses.
Okay.
Yeah. Alina's like, Asha, I'll say, we will return shortly.
Billy, you made your way back, and so you, like the goblins are all kind of around there. As you go over, you hear chanting. And it's like very quiet chanting, but you get over there, and as you go around the corner, one of the two of them like looks up and like sees you and acknowledges you, so this is nothing they're trying to keep secret from you. But you can see right now, all of them have formed a circle, and there is one of them who appears a little smaller than the other ones, who is currently going from one to the other, licking between their toes. And there is this chant that is happening right now. And they're just like this whole ritual. Zanzi is just going, oh, hi. Are you guys done yet? It took you a long time to push the doors open.
What's all this then? What's...
Are you back there?
Already there for the part.
Champion of culture.
I would have followed Billy to go start schlepping bodies, I guess.
You know, we just had conversations with the troll. You know his name?
I have no idea. I've never even gotten in there.
Yeah. Well,
That's a good point. I'll ask him when we go back.
that's where we will be. And
If
Billy
it's all the
starts
same to you, we're probably just going to stay out here because he ripped a whole bunch of us apart.
That's probably for the best. And
We'll
Billy's just
probably-
like tugging on a few bodies.
We'll probably spend the night in there.
Okay. Are you going to eat all of that?
Are you going to keep licking each other's toes?
You can keep
Zanzi
the.
turns to you, and actually one of the other goblins kind of would gesture, or actually I guess would just lean over and go, it's socially important, okay? Just let it happen. You can get in on this if you want to. Just take your shoes off. And he kind of like gets over. The goblins sort of make a little room, and you can hear again, and they start chanting.
You can keep the horse or a bit.
Okay. I thought maybe I'd bury my friends, but no, it's all right.
Oh no, we're gonna bury them in the shiny place.
Yeah.
Sure. You start dragging bodies in. You get a total of 7 goblin corpses in various bits and pieces over. And no problem. I think this individual, each time that you bring 1 or 2 over, would raise this hand up, and with this rumble, little bits of stone, these things that you saw as like the animatable objects, almost seem to vibrate over top and swallow it down, and then there's just nothing left.
Should we also borrow the potatoes as well?
Okay, let me ask. So once that's kind of done, Alina's going to say, what is your name, Honored One?
And there is this sensation, and it is the same kind of feeling that you get when like a truck goes by outside and it hits just the right frequency where like the glass rattles around. It is the exact same kind of sensation, and there isn't like an analogous sound to it, but you get the sense that that's his name. And in Terran it says, or Chuck.
Thank you. I am Alina. I hope that what we have brought you is nutritious. We also have plant matter, if that interests you. And she pulls out a potato and shows him.
The eyes go a little wide, and you can see it's like gold just glints off these bits of ore that serve as eyes, and it narrows almost at once and says, "Where did you get those?"
At the surface.
"We will take them all."
Alina's gonna look at the group and be like,
Diamonds?
we're like running out
Potatoes?
of space on the bag anyway. So
Potatoes are
Yeah.
premium down here.
Alina says, we will gladly provide all of them. And she lifts out 50 pounds of potatoes out of the bag of holding. Dump, 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 dump. And then
When you take like 10 potatoes out, the eyes grow wide again, and then 20 hit the ground, and suddenly they're standing again, like all the way upright. By the time all these potatoes hit, you are aware of the fact that you are no longer alone. There is this creature, but also peeling away from the stone, two much smaller gem trolls just kind of emerge out.
nice.
I was going to use earth elementals for them, but they're just two much smaller gem trolls.
Little
And you
babies.
could see one of their mouths just open, and they just have all these little, like, not quite diamonds. I mean, I would say you know that these are like bits of rose quartz that stick out like teeth, but just agape. They have never seen this many potatoes before in their life. Hell yeah. And, give me 1 second here.
Potatoes.
I think they like the...
Useful.
Very
we always
useful.
knew they would come in handy eventually.
Potato.
And Alina says, honored one, I hope that we have nourished the ground well. May we stay the night in safety.
They nod, and they've now all gathered around these potatoes, and there is a reverence to these that is almost unbefitting, especially considering the potato demon over there.
Oh God, I forgot about that.
But they sort of gather around, and in this moment, all of you now, for the first time who are not Billy or Ori, are hearing the goblins chanting. Are you able to understand all language?
Yeah.
So you hear them just yelling, lick toes, lick toes.
Oh God.
That is kind of what you hear. The primary gems troll
Am I supposed to join them?
looks at you and says, "There is much nutrition here. For many cycles, the earth will be rebuilt. You may stay. And in our thanks, take this." And you can see there is just this tiny little diamond that from its chest, and it reaches through and then pulls out a much larger gem. And Alina, it puts in your hand a 500 gold piece of diamond.
It is a great honor to accept this gift from you. Thank you. And she's gonna sort of, with as much reverence as she can, hand it to Minka. Be like, there you go.
Do they want good berries? I can make some.
My colleague would like to know if good berries would provide nutrition to you.
You can see the creature looks over to Minka. This is more than enough.
I am glad that we could help each other. We will gratefully settle in for the night, rest here, and then go about our business.
You will be careful. There is something that hunts for you.
Can you tell me more?
In this moment, Alina, you feel again that kind of shift, and it is like rock just passing underneath your feet, and it's like you're being transported across the caverns, and it goes so quickly that you very quickly lose track of where you are. But here, For just a moment, there is the sensation of something else moving the opposite direction over top, and it moves fast. And for just a second, there is weight and speed. Make a perception check. I would say at disadvantage, as you are the Earth.
Ooh, perception?
Yeah.
Cool, 7.
A 7. With a 7,
What?
you pause.
Oh god, spider dragon.
And you wait. All you feel in this moment is just the echo of wind howling over top somewhere nearby, perhaps in that crevasse, but you don't feel anything else.
Do you know anything about the one who has taken over the fortress near these ruins?
Yes.
Do you have any advice for facing him? He's cool.
I mean, very literally.
Yeah.
Quite cool.
Why have you come to face this one when all else have fled? Even the drow.
He has taken friends of ours captive. We intend to free them.
He shakes his head, and little bits of rubble fall off to either side, and he says,
Your friends are gone.
The ones being held captive up in the northern part of the caverns?
You are soft, squishy creatures. You may be pulled apart and recombined in new ways. Your friends will not be as you remember. You should go back.
Thank you for the advice. Honor dictates that we try.
nods, and he says,
I do not understand your honor, but be warned that when the time comes, there is not anything I can do. I must keep mine safe.
and gestures to these two tiny kind of gem trolls, one of whom has like 5 potatoes in their kind of mouth. They're not eating them for what it's worth. They put them in their mouth and then they kind of seem to like disappear. It seems to be like they're transporting them somewhere else.
Well, Lena's
isn't
gonna
that
be
just
like,
what eating is?
if we are successful, we will make you and your community a little bit safer. That is all we hope for.
Make a persuasion check at advantage.
She's like pulling out all her diplomacy stuff. Persuasion at advantage.
Yeah.
Good. 21.
Nothing has ever made our community safer. You will come and you will go, and that is enough.
Is there anything else you can share with us about this area or those who have
Much.
entered into it?
I have lived here for 2,000 years.
Hey, group, what do we want to know about this area?
Can you ask them if they're... What would...
Quickly can we leave it?
I mean, pretty fast if we just
Yeah.
do the thing. Could you ask if there's anything the goblins can do so that the gem trolls will stop tearing the goblins apart?
I ask that.
I mean, why don't they just stop
Like-
fucking with the gem trolls?
Well, we don't know if that's the reason. That's why we're asking.
We're asking.
The goblins can go back in time and return all the stones that they have taken. Until then, they can die.
We will urge them to leave your gems in peace. That is all we can do. We cannot turn back time, but we can at least protect the future.
Then you will protect the goblins.
Is that a question? Is
No.
It? Oh, I get it. If I'm gonna like hold out the map to him. Does it seem like he can see it okay?
when you hold out the map, and pretty much almost anything aside from the potatoes, which you would imagine probably not a visual cue as much, it doesn't seem like the eyes really function. And you got the sense from that the previous fight as well.
Yeah.
Those are more like for your benefit. It's but it doesn't look away.
I was going to be like, what about this? What about this? No. Okay. I mean, there's plenty I'd like to know, but like I can't even like come up with
if it
any.
knows any secret entrances to the place that we are supposed to be entering.
Oh, that's a good idea.
That's a good call. I asked that.
You truly wish to go to this fortress?
Yes. Foolish though it may be.
Is he asking if we really want to go there? No. The answer is no.
I would agree with that, but I don't.
Just kind of like blends into the background as you speak to this creature.
I'm not translating that part.
No problem. But this creature says,
There are many ways in. The walls have long since cracked. The kobolds made their way in. Even the drow at one point. They all become a part of that creature's creations. You may get in, but you will not leave.
They're abominations.
Can you ask him? Does he know what the creature's, the psilocybin's purpose is?
sure.
When they awoke, they traveled deep underground, searching for something. That is all I know. But they have raised armies and armies to find it.
Don't we know what they're looking for?
Does he know what the creature is? Like what type of creature it is?
He was a man once.
That's upsetting.
We knew that. It's the frozen-throated dreadlord.
No,
No, that's
we're,
not the
we're asking about the
psilocybin.
psilocybin. Unless they are the same.
Is the psilocybin the one who resides now in the fortress?
Psilocybin. There's no silly beans.
Do you know where he is?
Things.
You said silly beans. Silly beans.
We're talking about the silly beans, don't worry.
No, the
Do you know
I
where
thought we
he
were
is
talking
now?
about the frozen-throated dreadlord.
No, we were talking
There's
about
two
the
different people.
psilocybin. That's why
Billy's
when I
like
asked,
sat
But
down
isn't
and
the
is like
frozen-throated
fluffed up a
dreadlord the
bedroll
one
and
who is
is
in
like
the frozen-throated dreadlord's lay?
Yes,
No.
and this.
No.
Yes. Yes.
the frozen-throated
Psilocybin
dreadlord
was trying to
Tosh
enter
was.
because
Hold
they're
on, let me
both
finish.
going.
The frozen-throated dreadlord Tosh was a really old necromancer who we believe to be
this
dead, but that
tomb.
is his old tomb.
he is a lich.
Right, but
Psilocybin has a lieutenant demon placed
I
there
don't know
recently.
terribly much about the liches, and I know that you probably would have known more at some point before you had your memory wiped, but as far as I know that
Keep saying that he's like a person.
liches don't die?
Ori, one sec. Yes.
The psilocybin exists in the Zolgarum. Deep, deep down.
In the Hannah's asking him.
So
where?
he says Zogaram, Zogaram, but for you, speaking all these languages at once, you get the sense that that's deep speech for all maker.
There, the archons of creation guard his works.
I hate that.
Alright, so now I'm a bit confused. We're going to the frozen-throated dreadlord lair.
Yes?
I was under the impression that everyone was going there because they were looking for this same item, of which the psilocybin is also looking.
I don't think we know what the psilocybin is looking for, but we are looking for a
Well,
sword, but we don't know what
I
the
guess it's a bit of a
psilocybin is
stretch
looking
to
for.
assume, but if there are a number of powerful entities and parties about this area looking for one thing of power in this area, then it is probable that they are looking for the same thing, and the psilocybin is probably also looking for that thing.
Well,
So what's the thing?
I may have lost my memories, but I do remember that it's sometimes best not to assume things and try to find the information. So I don't think
Right.
we should assume that
It's
they're
also
looking for the
sometimes
same
best
thing.
not to go underground looking for the frozen throat of Dreadlord of Tash Vizier.
I've been saying that.
But here we are.
This one's
Is
kind
the
of
thing the silly beans?
I don't know.
The silly beans are one
and
of the
psilocybin,
entities
same thing.
after the thing that we don't know
I'm just gonna
what
pause
we're
everyone
looking
real
for,
quick.
but I'm pretty sure that it's
Do we
the
have any
sword.
other questions for our friend here?
I do. So, does he know? Is he aware of the Lost Enclave? And if so, does he happen to know why the water is being drained? Because if he knows, then maybe we can at least bring that back. Even if everything else goes wrong, maybe at least we'll have something.
So you ask that question. It inclines its head and it says,
Yes, I know of the Enclave of Light and the Enclave of the Lost.
Are those the same enclave?
The same but different.
Same, different.
The water was stopped by the Frozen One's devices. When they opened the rift to the Hells, all of the water froze.
If we close the rift, does that mean that the water will revert?
you can see it kind of gets a little bit closer to you and says,
I do not know,
Right.
but I do know that when the rift was open, the water began to freeze, the snow began to fall.
Ask him if he knows how to close the rift.
Do you know how to close a rift?
Whatever has opened it within that place must be closed. But I do not know what this is.
Well,
Here's
it
the answer.
seems like nothing has changed, and we are still making our way to the frozen-throated Dreadlord.
We
So
have a
I'm
lot of
going
reasons to go
rest.
there. Yeah.
You're hoping is going to be like, oh no, Miami is actually the best place to find swords.
Thank you. We'll rest now.
Should we still keep watch at...
Billy's asleep.
Okay, Billy's asleep.
Probably a good idea, right?
Very soothing voice.
I'll take the first watch, and she starts summoning Rez.
okay.
Alright, I'll take the
Do you want
second
first or
then.
second chance?
I'll go second. I think I'm still doing okay, so I'll just take a quick one.
For some reason, I didn't take any damage at all in that fight.
You're very
I have all
evasive.
my spell slots.
So who's taking first watch? It's Alina Ori?
Alina Valis.
Valis. Okay. Two of you make perception checks.
Taking this.
He's still doing okay, so he's gonna take a nap.
8.
B. Ooh.
I got one really good roll earlier, and
She's real busy summoning Rez.
Bupkis.
12.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
during the long rest, can I ask for the class and try to identify it?
Sorry, say one more time.
The class that we found in the Rust Monsters, do like the magic item identify 1 hour?
Yeah,
snuggle
for
sure.
sure, for sure.
Ask for the clasp.
Snuggle well.
What did you say?
The other DM that we play with calls it snuggling. Like when you look at a,
When you like focus
item
on an
for an
item
hour.
for an hour, we call it snuggling
he
with
calls
it to
it
identify
snuggling.
it.
Yeah.
No,
Because you're
that's not what I was
basically
asking
just
with.
having a
Kara,
pillow
what did you say over there?
I was making fun of the ask for the class.
Oh, okay, that's what I heard a different word.
Because it sounded like ask for the class.
Yeah, no, I heard a oh man, what's that really awful movie about drug use called?
Which
Requiem-
one?
Requiem for a Dream.
Requiem for a Dream.
Yeah, there's a quote from there that I thought you were making, and I did not understand why. Anyways, I'm not a sponsor. We with a 12 and a 9, the two of you keep watch. Technically, it's not a close one. Alina, you're summoning Rez, and that takes a lot of your attention. After the first hour, easy enough, Rez appears. for you, Valis, you pay a little bit more close attention because you're not paying attention to Rez. You're mostly hearing these goblins who, after this like ritual ends, seem to kind of like you hear rocks beginning to kind of like skitter and move. And if you do go and check, they've created like a quasi bowling kind of game with different sized rocks, and they're kind of throwing them. And one of the goblins is pretty bloodied, and you're not sure how that happened, but like there's stuff going on that you're missing. They're also at the edge of the kind of cliff, like down a little tunnel, and so they're really like your first line of defense. You're not really like super worried, and so maybe that's where that 12 is coming from.
We also were told by the gem troll that this was the safest place as any to rest.
That's true.
As any.
As any.
As
The operative words, I think.
The safest place to rest.
Nope.
No.
As any is down here.
As any is down here for you.
So like,
That's why we said
thinking
a
about that now. I'm like, oh,
Yeah. But you summon Rez. Rez appears and just
Hey, what took you out?
It was a thing came down from on top. It was big.
Oh god. Okay.
Looking around.
Where?
This is kind of small.
Yeah. I'm just gonna like one exposition
Okay.
later to him, and then Alina's gonna be like, okay, we know for certain that there's a rift that goes to the hells inside that fortress, and we're gonna have to close it somehow.
Nods and just goes, yeah, no, that makes sense. But like, what we probably should do is like go into the hells to do that, because like that makes sense, right? And also we gotta go there.
The last time we had to close a portal, we did have to do it from the other side.
Yeah.
No, we will definitely go there. I don't know if the group is gonna want to come with us.
Well, I mean, there's supposed to be a team or something like that, right? And like, don't they want good stuff? That's the whole thing about them.
I guess we'll
There's
have
good
to figure
stuff
it
in
out.
the
but
hells,
Billy
okay?
said Billy will come with us.
Every time a hero dies and they got good stuff, it ends up in the hells.
Picking up what you're putting down, bud, but I'm not gonna force anybody to come with us.
No, not force, but like, encourage.
Entice, yeah.
Coerce.
Well, okay, so
bribe.
do you know anything about closing rifts to the hells?
Not really.
Cool, okay. We're gonna have to okay. Listen, I'm gonna stay true to my promise, but I just need you to know that the portal also needs to be closed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like otherwise people, once we persuade that other guy that's in the hells to like, stop coming after me and that I'm not in trouble anymore, once we persuade them all over the place, they're gonna come after us, so we gotta close the hells.
persuade the shit out of this guy, aren't we?
We're gonna be so persuasive.
He's not a good dude. Don't think he's gonna be like we're gonna go like, he's not like a Helm's priest or something like that.
I did not assume that the devil who imprisoned you is a good dude.
Well, I mean, he didn't technically imprison me. Like, the archdevil of that hell's imprisoned me, and then this is the guy that kind of holds the key. But it's not like they gotta know. And, yeah.
This is more information than you gave me before.
No, I told you I couldn't tell you the person that actually did it. I
But
said
you didn't
that.
say that he... So who's the guy with the key?
Remember, that's the whole thing. I can't see that part.
So who imprisoned you?
The archdevil.
Does he have a name?
Yes.
What is it?
Yeah.
Okay, so you can't tell me either of the names.
Oh, you're asking about the guy with the key. Yeah, I can tell you that guy.
Yeah, tell me about the guy with... Is he the one that we have to persuade?
Yeah.
Then
We
yes,
gotta-
I would like to
we gotta
know
persuade him all
as
over.
much as you can tell me about the devil with the key.
Okay. So, the thing about Blood Clot is that he is, like, very ostentatious.
His name
and
is
when you
Blood
look...
Clot?
Well, what's the name? But he goes by Blood Clot, and part of it is because if you get really close to him, your blood, it doesn't do the liquid thing as much anymore.
Oh my god.
But I'm sure that we could figure something. We got Minka. Minka makes everything better.
Take some blood thinner.
We've got a lot of planning to do together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rory's been meditating like this the whole time.
Wait, so, okay, before I just, like, go relax for a bit, because I am very tired.
Yeah.
So we have to go talk to Bloodclot and persuade him to let you free.
Yeah.
And once we do that, we'll be done.
Well, we gotta leave the hells, but yeah.
So we don't have to go kill the Archdevil.
No, you thought you were gonna kill the Archdevil?
No, I thought you were gonna
That's
ask
like
me to kill
hero
the
stuff.
Archdevil.
No. We're damn. You got look.
Roasted left and right
Okay,
tonight.
so, but you stole from the Archdevil.
Yeah.
But Bloodclot is like your jailer. Or
Yeah. You can kind of look at it like that.
All right.
He's a pact holder.
Okay.
Really, what we gotta do is we gotta break the pact.
Yeah.
By breaking his kneecaps. All
Do you know how to break a pact?
Yeah, you it's a physical object you gotta break.
Oh, like.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's written into his bones.
Good grief, Rez. You really are burying the lead here. It's written into his bones, so we have to
Sorry,
break.
I forgot. You're not like a devil. Yeah, no. So oftentimes, if you gotta write stuff down, why would you put it on like humans? They do this on like paper. You could shred
I
paper
was
up.
imagining like a stone tablet.
Yeah, but you could just break that. If you break bones, there's a price for that. See, you're mad because I have a point.
I'm not mad.
We've been doing this for a long
Can
time,
you
Elena.
please describe to me specifically what we will have to do to break the pact?
Break his bones.
Which one?
Again, I can't see inside of him, so I would say all of them to be safe.
So we will have to fight him.
Yeah, well, no, but again, I'm calling it persuading, but I thought we were on the same page. Yeah.
We definitely are now.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Sorry, I'll be even more clear. We have to go to the hells and kill Bloodclot to death. Dead. All the way.
Okay.
Only if I die.
Now that is so much simpler than trying to lead me on with like different kinds of language, making me think that I'm not gonna have to kill a devil.
I just thought that would be kind of talking down to you, but okay.
No. I need really clear directions. It's in my IEP.
You go, close your eyes, lay down, rest, go to sleep, all the way, for a full 8 hours, until you got your magic back.
Yeah.
Do you get it?
Yeah.
Okay. No.
Okay, maybe we can find a middle ground. Think about that, and then she's gonna settle in for the rest of the
No
watch.
problem. Do so.
Kill him to death.
Vincent,
Yeah.
can you roll a d8 for me?
Oh.
Like how it wasn't Valis, it was specifically Vincent.
It was.
That's the scary bit.
Yeah.
4.
4.
It's the number of things that are coming to fuck our day.
It's the amount of goblins that had to be sacrificed for this 8 hour
Oh no.
While this is happening, you can see like Rez comes back, and then Rez and Alina, very intense mental conversation happening. You don't hear any of the words, but you get the sense of what's going on. And probably towards the end of that, as Alina goes and kind of gets settled in, there's a commotion, and it's more than just the normal kind of stones being cast or the goblins kicking each other in the shins, which they're doing for like a solid 20 minutes. There's more of a commotion happening, and it sounds much more violent. But because it is 8:15, this is where we're going to take a quick break, and then when we come back, everybody will place themselves where they are resting on this encounter.
Sweet! Because we're
Perfect.
gonna be rolling for a puzzle.
We'll be back in 10 minutes. We'll see you then.
Bye.
Okay.
Welcome back to Adventures in Albron Courts of Everest.
Or he's
We're fine.
stealthing.
Everything's fine.
Things are fine.
Yeah. We told the gem troll everything he needed to know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We're gonna lose some dead weight.
We're back with extra watery watermelon.
We're really good at communicating, guys.
Oh yeah, your stuff is down there. I didn't put it down there. I noticed it earlier.
About 2 hours into your watch, as you've already summoned Rez and had this conversation with him, Valis, you hear a commotion from your goblins that you have left down the cave. You realize in this moment, you also didn't close the doors. You realize in this moment, there were steps that probably could have been taken, but weren't.
We set a watch.
We did set a watch.
I was away last session.
Yeah.
Now, in this particular moment, you hear screams. You hear little goblin screeches, and you wait for the laughter that always follows, but it doesn't come. You hear more kind of screaming and the sounds of commotion. Are you doing anything, Valis?
Yeah, Okay. Do I hear... All I hear is screams. I don't hear... Do I hear what the sounds of violence are? What the, like... Am I hearing swords clashing or...
You hear another scream.
Okay.
Do I hear it too?
I tell Alina... Alina's watching... Did you tell the gem trolls that the goblins were with us? And I go run out because I think I hear them being killed. I'm running out to them.
Okay.
And I run out to the goblins.
I send Rez with him.
Oh, I got it. He runs on his, or flaps on his leathery wings.
Yeah.
Valis, you run down, and as you do, you look, and you can see the shadows first of this goblin being lifted by this tall, very humanoid-looking figure, gaunt. And as it lifts the goblin up, you see the shadow kind of stretch and stretch and stretch, and the goblin just rips in half.
Oh,
And you
God.
can see just both sides thrown. The legs just skitter by you and into your vision, like right on the cavern floor. And you can go ahead and roll for initiative. Alina, you can go ahead and roll for initiative.
For Rez.
Everybody can go ahead and roll for initiative.
Hey.
How many rounds of
You can roll for
combat do I
initiative.
get through while trying to finish my long rest?
Fuck, man.
Yes.
Let's see, if 1 minute is 10 rounds.
Give me 1 second. I'll write some stuff down for myself here.
Only 1,583 rounds to go.
That wasn't expected.
Did you get a natural 20 as well?
I did.
Whoa. Couldn't have happened at a better time.
Fucking snoozing, man.
Anybody natural 20?
Trust these guys to keep watch.
Okay, for you or for us? Okay. So, Lena, and then we have Minka. Anybody 25 to 20?
Big get.
20 to 15.
Rez has an 18.
18 as well. What's Rez's dex?
This is really good.
Rez goes first.
Rez, and then Billy, and then Cheshire. 15 to 10.
11.
Also 11. So I beat you still.
You do beat me still.
Valis. Okay.
Am I still vulnerable to cold damage?
Oh, shit.
So I believe it is this side of the table is vulnerable to cold damage, correct? Oh, right, because Valis was able to save you.
Yeah.
Yes. So the two of you, vulnerable to cold damage for sure.
Still.
Fudge
Oh, yeah.
muffins.
Does
not
Billy
cold down here.
at least get the benefits of a short rest?
Billy had received it earlier.
Yeah, I think probably not again. But no. The way
I'm
that
just
this
trying
works
to
out-
stack the deck as best I can
No,
here.
absolutely. So the way that this works out, Alina, you are going to be starting us off.
Cool.
Minka, you're going to have a chance to potentially join the first round.
Excellent.
After that, a different creature will go. After that, Rez is going to happen, then Billy, then Cheshire, then all the goblins, then Ori, and then at the very, very end, Valis.
Sweet transit.
Give me just 1 second.
Oh, wait.
I like how Valis was the first to like know what's going on, but he's still somehow in
That's
the
because he has to rouse the troops now.
Yeah, but the whole thing is Valis is running back to us.
Yeah.
Valis went out, and now he's running
like,
back, which
"Wait, I
is
gotta
why
wake
it's
down the
taking
others."
so long.
Battle!
So Valis, indeed. That is kind of what's going on. Alina, Valis warns you and begins to run. As he's running forwards and you see him get to a corner and kind of stop, what are you doing? Because this is your turn.
Yes. Okay. So the first thing Alina does is, "Hey, wake up! Wake up! Something's happening. There's something outside of the cavern is happening. Everybody, wake up! Wake up! Wake up!"
Okay.
Then I have more that I'll do when you're
Yeah,
ready.
go for it.
Okay, and then she's gonna cast tongues again. And let's see if I get that spell slot back. I do not. And then she's just gonna kind of call toward the back of the cavern. My friend, an attack is happening outside of the cavern. My friends and I will go and see what is happening. The goblins, they're with us. And they are in trouble, so we're gonna go help them.
You say all these things, you get no response, but you do recognize that as a bonus action, you can make a perception check through what is called the Eyes of the Earth. And that does allow you to see in places you may not normally be able to do so. Basically using this creature's vision through the ground around it, you are able to do things like peer around corners, things of that nature. That is a bonus action, not an action, and so you can make a perception check as a bonus action as part of that. If you move too much further away from where you are, you get the sense that you'll lose that.
I'll do it now then.
It's quite cool.
Quite cool. I get a 12 for my perception check, and I'm just...
With a 12, there is goblin body parts everywhere. You see through the stone that there is just a bloodbath around the corner. You can see Zanzi backing up, like not sure where to look. There is panic in the eyes of the other two goblins who are there, but you do not see the source of this.
So cool. So fun. And with her move action, she's gonna sprint toward the door, but stay kind of in the doorway so that if people are not awake, she can go back to wake them up.
Okay, so you're getting towards like where Valis is?
Yeah. This is here too. Yeah. She's just like here, kind of looking forward. She can't make any attacks when she gets there anyways.
Yeah, no problem. So you're kind of like, oh no, there we go. Yeah, so you're kind of like in this general area, no problem. So that is your turn, Alina. That brings us to Minka. Minka, you hear Alina shouting, and from the very beginnings of your slumber, you are jolted awake. For free, you wake up.
yay.
What would you like to do?
Minka's gonna go, what? And she's gonna get up, and then you get down, and then if she doesn't see anything, she'll use her action to catch up with everyone else and be like, what's happening?
Okay. So you use your action, you run over, and as you get close to the end, and you have 60 feet of dark vision, correct?
do.
You can kind of see at the very end of that tunnel, there are just goblin legs on the ground. There's a little bit of a spinal column extending from it, meaning that the rest is missing.
Oh.
And as a bonus action, I'm going to channel Archer,
Okay.
and I will hold the fire until I see something that's not a goblin to shoot.
How far does the light spread from Sign of the Archer now?
Alright, let me double check because it is a stupid amount.
I think it's much larger than it used to be.
Oh dear.
Could
Could we have just got away with it if we didn't do anything?
I think it's actually the same.
Okay.
It doesn't expand.
No worries. This bright light illuminates behind all of you, and you get the sense that you're backlit. You don't get the benefit of seeing too much further into the corner or any additional details, but no problem. That is Minka's turn. That brings us to the other creature. So around the corner, Valis, from where you are, where Minka is, and where Alina is, there is a shriek, and it sounds like it comes from both two different throats almost at once. It is two tones that are ever so slightly off, and they are wet. And then at the end of that shriek, this creature, which does look ever so slightly human, you can see very gaunt and like two long limbs. The torso is just the standard kind of humanoid height, which gives it this very odd appearance. And you can see, as the face comes into view, there is this dark, almost oily-like hair. The face is humanoid, save where there is a nose that has been kind of split in half, and there is a mouth that is like gaping open there on top of the other mouth. And as it shrieks, the voice comes from both of these two different openings.
No.
It is going to rush towards the first in the line of goblins, which at this moment is Zanzi and 2. And I will say, now that we have started combat,
Double bite attack?
who wants to be in charge of the goblins?
Ooh! I'll be in charge of them.
You are now in charge of Red Run and of the survivors, Toe Spittle made it. So
There's only 2 alive?
Oh my god.
and Zanzi, but Zanzi has a special stat block that I'm holding on to.
I don't like that.
That is what you see. This creature comes up.
Zanzi the
They
bad
rush up
guy.
to the first goblin, and as that shriek dies down, they swing their hand across, and I would say Valis, Alina, and Minka, the 3 of you who are really close, see the arm almost instantly just is in a different place. And then, like a crack of lightning, there is this almost arm made out of light that just follows a second later. That is going to hit one of the goblins. And you can see this goblin just separates in half, falling into 2 bits. You could rip Toe Spittle in half.
Oh no.
Did you just give it to him to rip?
You make a dexterity, or sorry,
Joe was ripping up earlier.
you make a dexterity saving
That's
throw.
what it was. For Red Run?
Yes.
9.
9.
Hospital did
This creature suddenly just flashes over and is in the space in front of that other creature. They're going to make an attack. Does a 24 hit? It does. I wrote the stat block.
Hold on.
Minimum damage, 8 points of damage.
Wait. Can I roll for HP?
No, you can't roll for HP. Slashes this other one in half.
There
At
goes our little
disadvantage,
goblin
can you make a
army.
dexterity saving throw, please, for that goblin? This is as he died. Or no, sorry. This is for a goblin.
6.
Suddenly, they appear in front of Zanzi. They make an attack against Zanzi. That is going to be a hit. Zanzi
Oh
gets
no.
shot too.
Can I just kind of take my health shot?
9, 9.
Zanzi might be dead too.
You watch as Zanzi drops, not eviscerated, but unconscious, as that does drop him to 0.
Zanzi, no.
You can see this goblin who looked terrified, backing away, looking around. Suddenly, the eyes like go up, roll back, and they just fall down. And there's just these huge slashes across their back. And then suddenly, they just erupt with blood as it seems like a second cut goes through. Minka, can you make a dexterity saving throw?
I sure can.
This thing is
Ooh, not great.
a lot of.
Am I within range of Alice to get his
You are.
You are?
and it's +3?
Yep.
Yes.
14.
Well, suddenly, this creature appears in front of you, and Minka does a 14 hit.
It does not.
And so it swings. You raise the shield up and you bounce the claws off. It shrieks these 2 voices at you. And suddenly, as you pull the shield down, getting ready to rebalance yourself, a second claw made out of light just scrapes across it again. And you deflect that as well. But there is some kind of a phasing ability that this creature has. For just a moment, it is ethereal and real. And then it is just back to being right in front of you. And it pulls back. But that is all that it can do on its turn. And that brings us to Rez.
You should be rolling better dexterity saving throws.
Oh
It
shit!
seems
I
like
didn't
that's
tell
in-
Rez what to do. Shit.
Rez on his
Rez
turn
has
goes,
no instructions.
Alina!
Yeah.
He's going to defend his area.
He said follow Vala, so he's doing a pretty good job doing that.
Say follow that.
Can he? How much independence does he have if he does not?
Not a lot.
Not a lot. He's gonna at least. Can he at least just go flap next to the guy?
I'm pretty sure he can occupy that space and defend himself from incoming attacks.
Okay. Well, he's gonna do that really well.
He's doing it. He's like, Alina, I'm going to wait for you to say something. But that is Rez's turn. Billy, what would you like to do, Cheshire? You're on.
Am I awake?
Yes, so as Alina actually shouted out to wake up, this time, yes. You had just started your rest.
I am so glad that I'm awake for this. Billy wouldn't want to miss this for the world. Billy wakes up and goes that way, I guess.
Billy, you wake up and you run. You can hear this shriek coming from 2 throats, really, almost the same voice. And as it echoes across the space and kind of bounces here and there, and it dies down in the ringing in your ears, you can hear, "Come home, Billy."
Fuck you. Can Billy hit the thing around the allies in front? Or does Billy have to go all the way forward?
With what?
With Eldritch Blast.
With Eldritch Blast? Yeah, you can make an attack against him.
Okay.
You won't roll a 1.
He's technically illuminated.
Why do you have to
Standing
say it
directly
like
next to
that?
it. So. And if you roll a 1, it is revenge.
Yeah, you might kill Minka.
Minka is directly in front of you.
Yeah, and the
Hey.
Eldritch Blast will be shaped like a toad.
It's a deep cut for those of you for next week.
Very deep cut of a thing that nobody has seen except us.
I didn't roll a 1.
That's good.
The highest is a 15.
Is a 15. That is a miss.
Shocking.
Goes right by off into the right as this shrieks, and you hear that come on, Billy. It makes you start, and that causes your aim to drop. Anything else?
Bonus action. I don't know, maybe we should kill that bardic inspiration to Minka, who's right in front of it.
Okay. You hear this,
Most
Minka.
unsure. Like,
That sounds like a good idea to you, Minka. Anything else, Billy?
nope.
Alrighty, Cheshire. You wake up as Alina starts shouting that there is something. What would you like to do?
Forward so that I'm next to Ori, but closer into the cave.
Okay.
Can I see what's happening from there?
From up there, you can kind of peer around, and you can't quite make out the creature. You do see like bloody bits of goblin all over the wall.
I can't see the creature at all. Ori, what's happening? Wake up!
Don't sleep.
It's her to take a attack of opportunity against the sleeping Ori. No roll required.
Something's happening! Get up!
I'm up. All right. What's going on?
So you coup de grace Ori non-lethal. Where you wake up no problem, feeling inspired by that. Anything else, Cheshire?
I'm up.
You continue to
like I
look
got
and try to
slapped
see what's going on. That is your turn. Is there
bardic
could you make a
intimidation.
death saving throw for Zanzi, please?
What I asked for this responsibility. 8.
You can see Zanzi growing a little paler by the second, blood just leaking out into the stones. But that is Zanzi's turn. Do you have any other living goblins?
No.
You only gave him 2.
The other two don't get saving.
You rolled a
throws.
d5 plus 2. I mean, you took a lot of them out. Sorry, d8 plus 2.
I called it.
You did. That was the goblin's turn. Ori,
Why
what
do
would
you
you
have
like
to add
do?
2 to
Valves,
that?
you were on deck.
Because
Do
at
I
least 2
see
must
anything
die.
now that I've been woken up? What am I? I've been.
Cheshire punches you awake,
Yeah.
and you, as your head jerks to the side, you look through this cavern, and you see just like little bits of blood all over the place. You see a goblin's hand like soar through the air. You can see suddenly Minka begins to illuminate brightly into the form of the archer.
What's attacking us? Do I see anything? Bonus action. I'm looking for.
So, for free, Cheshire is right next to you, and Cheshire said they didn't see anything. You get the sense that from where you are currently standing, that is probably also true. If you wanted to move and then do that, or
Yeah,
maybe
then
even
I'll-
just move.
I will make my way back down.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4.
What is your dark vision?
90.
If you have 90 feet of dark vision, no problem. You can see about 50 feet away this creature, pale, tall. You can see some kind of a like shredded bit of leather armor still attached to them. The nose is kind of split open, and then as you think that, it widens even more into a secondary mouth as they shriek and begin to attack Minka.
I'm also glowing, so the area right around is like really
you're
scary,
seeing this, like-
illuminating.
Yeah,
Very
creature.
starkly. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna.
Ori leaves the space, Chester's gonna like slide into the
Okay, yeah, no problem.
Bonus action, insightful fighting on this monstrosity.
One of his spot.
It's against its deception. It's 30.
That is only a 5.
And then I'm gonna fire away.
So honest about how terrible it is.
Do I have advantage on this creature?
You do. It is threatened.
Really?
It's
by
a
right.
29 to hit.
29
You said
hits.
guys can't get in face contact. It's all Minka right now.
I'm taking
I'm gonna charge
This is blood clot.
Oh god. If only.
and I'm gonna make it into I'm gonna go with I think I want to use it as a not trip attack. The
Menacing?
menacing.
There you go. That is a wisdom save.
Yes.
That is going to be a grand total of 4.
Cool. It is frightened, and it's taking. Math. Oh, that's not great math. So 9 plus 15. Sorry. 25 points of damage.
What kind of damage?
4 is fire. The rest is magical piercing.
As a reaction, when you fire and the arrow flies through the air and pierces into it, in the same second as the flesh kind of dimples in and then bursts, almost like it is like rotten and kind of not quite as firm as it should be, it suddenly becomes ethereal, and it seems to take only about half that damage
Of all of the damage?
of the piercing damage. All right. But anything else, Ori?
That is it for me.
Alrighty. That is
Some
your
kind
turn,
of
Ori.
weird shadow monstrosity. It's got like 3 mouths. I don't know. It's gross.
Val is directly in front of you. You see this creature, skin bruised
something.
purple, stretches across a 2-gaunt frame. From where it is, as the arrow kind of sinks in, you can see the skin becomes invisible. And as it does, the arrow almost becomes deeper and goes like most of the way through before it becomes wholly real again and the arrow sticks fast. They seem to be, at the same time, bits ethereal and not. It's almost like you can see through parts of them like an X-ray. But what are you doing?
How far is Zanzi from me?
At the moment, Zanzi's probably about 20 feet.
Okay.
You close most of the distance.
Okay. I will move up to Zanzi and lay on hands to heal Zanzi.
Okay. How much are you healing them for?
I don't know. Let's see.
I'm enough to like
How many points?
crawl away.
I'm gonna just delve into this.
15.
Okay. You rush over to this goblin and you flood them with life. Suddenly, it's like their hair stands on end. This long goblin mane goes straight up, and they burst up from unconsciousness, just shrieking out, "Ginkgo, I'm sorry, I ate your cat!"
I'm sorry.
That, like, grabs her little crossbow, starts getting ready for combat
Zanzi,
again.
hide.
they almost shoot you, and then turn again, like looking for this creature, but they're back.
And then I will, phase step to get back behind this creature. Or maybe, let's see. Yeah, I'll be behind it.
Okay. So you take one step and then just appear on the other side of this creature. They are very much intent on Minka, this glowing beacon of light in front of you.
In that case, I will make one step that way then.
There you go. That is your turn, Valis. That brings us to the top of the round to Alina. Minka, you're on deck.
Olive is trying really hard to give us a wheel, but she keeps misclicking.
That was supposed to be a week. Wheel, Minga.
Oh, it's not working, boo. It's okay. You'll get it. Okay.
Love you all.
So much sass.
Am I
Careful, she might woe us.
base
She has a lot of power right now.
here? I look like I'm in base contact.
You are.
All right. Well, I want to do the thing where I skirt around without leaving base contact. I want to stand in between my friends here.
Okay. You just clop right across Minka's feet.
Cloppy clop. And then, do we have the thing with the? Thank you. Yeah.
Minka gets a wheel.
Okay.
Just me.
So,
Thank you, Olive.
Minka is bamfed back into home.
it is my
Just wake up and
opinion
it was all a dream.
that if I cast Cone of Cold right here, that because it is cone shaped, it will hit the bad guy and not my two friends on either side.
You worry that hitting that creature, thinking about like the way that will work, might hit Minka, but you can definitely believe what you want. but I'm telling you how it happens.
You told me what I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's good. That's good. That is what I want to know. Okay, so, all right,
You can hit me. Take half damage from spells. On a good day.
He's lucky. That is also true, though.
I'm not gonna do it. All right, I'll eat the attack of opportunity and take a step back.
If you stand behind Minka, you could definitely get Minka. But no problem. You step away, and it does lash out with these claws. That is a natural 20 to hit. Which I imagine.
Fuck.
It does hit, yeah.
So a couple things are happening. Give me 1 second.
Oh no, not many.
Oh no, a couple.
Is it bludgeoning damage?
It's not.
If any of these are something that Alina can roll for as a save,
Yes, in a second. So first, you're taking 13 points of slashing damage as it rakes across you, and then you're making a dexterity saving throw.
I would like
Okay.
to use my reaction to add a d6 to that roll.
Yeah,
Thank
for
you.
real.
Is it against a magical attack?
It is not.
6.
Nice.
Add a 6.
Oh, nice.
Okay. Dex save. Okay, got to do them. So 16 total.
That is a failure, unfortunately.
Oh.
All of those should have been at
Did you get +3?
disadvantage because it's frightened.
It's frightened.
Your attacks.
Oh yeah, and he could see you, and you're pretty scary right now.
Yeah. Oh, and I didn't add the aura, so there's that too.
Wow, the source of fear is within sight. Yeah, absolutely. Give me 1
Oh.
second. So instead of a natural 20, and that's good because I didn't double the damage actually. Instead, it is only going to be a 21 to hit.
Yeah.
Still hits. Still does the same amount of damage.
How much damage?
6, 10, 11, 12. Give me 1 second here. 16.
Interception.
And reception.
-10, so 6 damage.
Very nice. So you hold up the shield, and as you do, the claws shriek through. You can see there is rakes along the actual metal, and then suddenly it just disappears.
Is that in addition to the damage that was the
The earlier damage from the,
earlier
natural.
damage? That was
The natural 20 didn't take effect. He re-rolled the damage.
Oh, he re-rolled
It's-
it.
Yeah, and
And
I
so-
don't
remember how much I put in.
It was the same amount of damage. Yeah. It was 16.
So
Heal, and then okay, and then so how much did I actually take?
We're going to
6.
disappear.
So you've only gotten damage once, right?
Got it.
And
Yeah,
then we'll move
no,
to the
yeah,
nearest
thank you.
enemy, which is probably going to be Valis.
Oh, that's good.
So I didn't
Right.
have to make a dex save.
You did.
You did.
And you failed the dex save by 1.
Oh well, I didn't count his aura,
So-
which he reminded me about. So.
Okay. You guys are killing me.
Dude.
We got a lot of bonuses.
That's true. Okay, so stand right where they are. You succeed on that dexterity save by 2, and in doing so, they are unable to engage this ethereal ability.
Cool.
They stay right where they are.
Cool.
All right.
And Alina calls out to the heavens. I'm sorry, Joe.
Who's Joe? Okay.
is this a new god?
You got it?
As far as I know, yeah. I just
Okay.
forgot about his bonus.
Is it still your turn?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Eldritch Blast. Right, all of that was from one step back.
Yeah.
Eldritch Blast.
Okay, go for it. Make your attack rolls.
Poppity pop. Oh, that's double 23s.
Double 23s both hit.
Nice.
Um,
Get out.
so 19 points of force damage and 4 bludgeoning.
Very nice. 19 for bludgeoning. We'll just take that full amount. 3. Okay, anything else?
So the force damage seemed to do the amount that I would expect.
Did.
Okay, I called a Billy. Eldritch blasts are good. And then to Rez, I say, hey, go distract that guy and help whoever the next person is who hits him.
Okay, I'll try.
Take the help action, my guy.
Flies over there. That is your turn, Alina.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Minka. There is a flurry of movement around you. This creature kind of fades in and out of etherealness. As your allies begin to close in, there is a tremendous amount of movement that's happening around here. At the moment, you become aware of the fact that there is like only one moving goblin, the one that Valis just brought back. So there is just kind of a bloodbath on the other side. That now that this, or I guess now Valis and this creature are blocking most of it. But what do you want to do?
I would like to shocking grasp the creature.
Okay. What kind of save is that?
So it is not a save, it is an attack roll on my end. So, that is a total of 22 to hit.
22 hits.
Alright, it will take 2d8 damage. I will put the right thing here. So here. I keep putting my dice back as if I don't need to use them over again. Alright, so that is a total of 9 damage. Lightning damage. And then Minka will take some steps back to bonus action shoot an arrow at the creature.
You take steps back. It's unable to react in any meaningful way. And you can see as Alina takes the steps back and it attacks Alina, and Alina throws these Eldritch Blasts, which almost knock it back on its heels. You were able to reach out and grab onto it, and as your hands close around, it moves through the skin in places, and like you touch this cold, ghostly feeling on parts of it, and in other places you feel bone, skin, and flesh that is also pretty cool. But it is a very odd sensation. You just barely are able to grab onto it, though.
Okay.
But you shock it, no problem.
As I back up, I yell as a reaction, "It's gross!" And try to shoot at it and probably miss because that's 15.
That is a miss.
And, yeah.
Okay.
That's my movement action bonus action.
This arrow of starlight whistles down the hallway as your turn ends, and that brings us to the Splitnose. So this creature is going to start by closing the distance over to you, Valis, and it is going to take an attack against you. It will actually take a multi-attack against you.
At
Two
disadvantage?
attacks. At disadvantage because it is menaced. So
Good job
first
being
one,
menacing.
first one is only going to be a 10 to hit.
That misses.
Second one, a little bit better, is going to be a 21 to hit.
Aw, damn. Meets it, beats it.
Alrighty. And with a 21, it slashes into you. That is going to be 6. That is 20 points of slashing damage.
That's so.
Can you make a dexterity saving throw, please?
Alright, Valis. It's your chance to
crap.
prevent ethereal motion.
Whoops.
The rest of us have failed miserably.
I just did like 900
Passion of
damage.
speed is here.
Oh no!
Cocked.
Oh no! No, that's.
Try. Give it a whirl.
Put that dice on there.
Nope. 8.
8.
Oh,
It slashes across you, and as you feel this sink deep, you slash out at it, and it just disappears. It reappears at the next closest enemy, which would be Alina.
Hello.
Alina, it slashes out at you. Does a 21 hit?
Yeah.
This weird. It's
I have
phasing.
Bardiked the wrong person.
Amazing already.
You take 19 points of slashing damage. If you make a dexterity saving throw, please.
There.
Blink.
Sure.
Why didn't you say so?
I did.
Do I get, and then,
You get +3.
okay, so plus, dexterity, 21.
21, that is enough. As it phases into being right in front of you, it slashes out and attempts to just teleport away again. You can see the head turns towards Minka's, both arms go out, the claws spread wide, and as it begins to shriek through both mouths, you snap onto it and seem to jolt it out of its ethereal state. It is unable to move again. That is all that it can do. Well, that's all that it's going to do. That brings us to Rez, followed by Billy. So you told Rez to take the help action.
Told him to take the help action, so he's like, I'm helping.
Little potato body.
Hey, little guy. I mean, I'm a little guy. Hey, big guy.
I don't know what I'm saying. I just woke up.
That is Rez's turn. That brings us to Billy. Billy, you have the help action available to you.
sweet.
I hope if and when Rez gets his big body, his voice remains exactly the same. I don't want him to have a
Same.
cool voice. I like Rez's voice.
Never change, Red.
6. Misty step poof.
Okay, so
We
you
got him
run,
in
and as
time.
you get to a place where the rocks grow thick, your foot catches, and in that moment, you just urge yourself forwards and just appear,
Beat 'em up.
stumbling into a space about 20 feet away.
And Rez is giving you the help action.
And I'm gonna light my blade on fire.
All right.
Thank God for help actions. That's a 23.
23 hits.
The other one was a 1. And I am going to burn a bardic to make it a defensive flourish.
Ready?
So, 8 points of fire damage, 12 points of piercing damage, plus another 2 for piercing damage, so that's a grand total of 14 points of magical piercing damage, and 2 points to my AC.
As you slash across this creature, it uses reaction to become more ethereal, and though your blade does rip through parts of the flesh, you can see it just kind of skips through places and doesn't do as much damage as you would hope. But still does have.
Does the fire damage
It
do
does
all the
do
damage? Sweet. It doesn't seem to do more damage.
Correct.
Cool.
Anything else?
Nope, that's everything.
Alrighty, Billy, you are now standing toe-to-toe with this creature. That brings us to Cheshire.
So with everything going on, and you're glowing, or you're shouting all of this about this creature, can I see it from here, or is it an angle?
From where you are, it hasn't. You would have seen it if it had moved. Because it has not now, you're still kind of in the same spot.
Okay,
You're aware that there is something there.
sure.
I bet if you climbed up
Correct.
onto the fence there, that's not a fence, but a pile of
The fence
will-
that's not a fence.
Make my way down
Okay.
to see this show that's going on.
So you rush down these makeshift steps
Are
of
you being
stone to where
sneaky?
Ori is. You're basically following Ori, though you don't intend to.
feel your presence.
And then seeing it go home, that's banishment.
Very
Go
cool.
home.
And what kind of a save is
That
that?
is a charisma save.
Ooh,
Those tasty beans right there.
that is a failure almost certainly.
Nice.
And so suddenly you say, go home, and this creature, as it is about to slash into you, Alina, suddenly just disappears. And there is just a huge burst of pink glitter that just washes over your fur and your mouth and your eyes. It is everywhere. And I would say, based on where that is, Rez gets some on him, Billy, you get some on you, Valis, even you, all the way about 10 feet away, get some of this pink glitter on yourself. But this creature, no longer there.
Thank
And
you.
I'm making my way back up to the back.
That was actually
Make your
quite
way
a
back
nice
up.
show, thank you.
See, I told you I'd do so.
What is the duration on that?
Is it gonna come back?
We don't know yet.
happened?
It has to make some checks.
Where'd it go?
It doesn't have to make
Up to a minute, but if the target is native to a different plane of existence than the one you're on, it's banishing the faint coughing noise returning to its own plane.
So 6 seconds go by. Is there anything that you are all doing in that 6 seconds?
I'm going to back up so that if
Are
he
you sure
pops
it's
back
gone?
in at that spot, I can hit him.
Take a
How
steps back.
sure is
think-
is Cheshire that it's gone?
Make an insight check.
Minka's gonna run over to Zanzi and see how they're doing, and to see if I think Minka knows that Valis healed Zanzi, or at least ran over to Zanzi, so just to check in.
No
Medicine
problem.
Got glitter
check.
in your eye.
You run over to
Back to bed.
Zanzi. Make a medicine check.
Very good at goblin anatomy.
I'm following
Actually
Cheshire
rolled
up
really well.
to...
Holy shit.
Oh, full circle.
24.
24.
Good. She's like leaving you out a little.
Alright, we're going
You
back
can
to
see
bed.
Zanzi is like holding their body, and they're just like, I don't understand. I was cut apart just a second ago, and now I'm here. And just like they seem fine. You look at them; they've got a pretty battered body, just in general. Yeah. But aside from that, you see nothing wrong with them in this moment.
Years of malnutrition.
Anything else anybody's doing?
Billy's
Very
just
inactive.
standing at the spot. Like,
Yeah, I'm ready in action to stab when the kids come back, so I'm still
following-
heightening it on guard.
Following Cheshire back up to go back to bed.
Okay. You make your way back up to go to bed. So you've split into two camps. There is a very much camp, which is Ori and Cheshire, and then everybody else who is down in this kind of combat situation.
Guys, it's
Cheshire
gone.
says things are fine. You hear Ori say, guys, they're gone. You're all not sure. Rez sitting there goes, wait, well, what should we do, Alina?
Billy
wait,
and I are
just
just staring
wait.
back at each other like,
Pick up watch
Wait.
again. Go back to
You
sleep.
wait, and you wait, and as a minute passes, this creature just reappears, still shrieking, even more than it was before. And it certainly seems native to this place. You get the sense, I will say, you do get the sense that its appearance is not from it belonging to a different plane of existence, as much as the Celestial probably fucked up something from this plane of existence pretty badly.
What was
do we? Because we readied our actions to attack it if it reappeared. Do we get an attack off?
Billy, Alina, Minka, and Rez and Valis. Go ahead and make attacks of opportunity. If you
Yay!
Can I? Okay, I always
If
get
you have a
this
ready,
wrong.
yeah,
Can I use Eldritch Blast?
you can.
Everyone just zapped it before it
17.
gets back.
17 is a miss.
Fuck.
Got a 24 and a
take care of
17.
it.
24 is a hit.
Nice.
17 is a miss.
26.
26 is a hit.
And Rez is gonna just try to bite in with his little teeth or whatever.
Sting.
I think he's
Oh
got
no, it's a sting, yeah. Oh, Rez gets a natural 20. What a
Buddy.
Okay.
You get multiply that d4 there.
All right, so Alina does 10 damage, force damage, and 4 bludgeoning. And then Rez gets his little sting. Where did him go? Okay, Rez gets 9 piercing damage, and his attacks are magical for the purpose of overcoming resistances to that kind of thing. And then he's got to make a con save, my DC, which is 18.
It's attacks, saving throws, ability checks. Awesome. Thank you.
14.
Con save. Okay, so that's a failure, and so he takes 3d6. Does I have another d6?
And this is critical, so this is doubled.
Yes. Okay, it is poison damage, so I'm not getting super excited, but that's so 11 on the die, so 22
We
points of poison
celebrate
damage.
Chris.
It seems to do the full amount of damage that you would expect it to do.
Go, Rez.
Oh my God, Resi boy, love you, buddy.
Valis,
I rolled a 28 to hit.
that is a hit.
All right, I'm smiting.
Hills.
Ice dragon.
Go ahead and roll damage on that. As this creature reappears, you're just like, okay, this thing's back asleep, and then suddenly there is this two-tone shriek that just reverberates, and then you could just hear, get him! And there's just a dog pile of attacks all at once. You hear the Eldritch Blast, one after the other.
I did 9 points of radiant damage.
9 points of radiant damage, okay?
Is this thing a fiend or undead?
It is not.
Okay.
Fucked up, that's what it is.
Those are really good. Those are exceptional numbers. Those are almost perfect numbers.
30 radiant damage.
Radiant damage.
So much damage.
Oh, and 6 slashing. I mean piercing. 6 piercing, 30 radiant.
Valis. Tell us how it happens.
Revenge.
This is supposed to be a way harder encounter than it ended up being.
So something popped up, and I just merely reflexively divine smite stab it. I'm like, wait, Cheshire, was that real, or are you messing with me?
And in that moment, as that happens, this is the Eldritch Blast both hit it, and it kind of takes a little bit of damage from that, but it's really Rez flying down at like terminal velocity, and it is Valis just swooping in from one side, where Rez's sting impacts it at the top of the head in a soft spot in the skull that just pierces through, pops the bone cap into the brain, and then you just eviscerate straight through the ribs. You feel the sternum just snap in half. And this creature just pops. You hear the shriek immediately go out, and you are all out of initiative.
Oh yeah, that felt real.
Taken care of.
But it wasn't supposed to come back. You said it wasn't going to come back.
That's
It
not
came
right. I
back.
said nothing about it not coming back. I said it was done. It was
I said,
done.
I asked,
Cheshire, you
"Is it
did
going to
great.
come
You got
back?"
us a
And you
breather.
said, it's over. It's done. I took that to mean that it was not going to come back.
That's a you interpretation
All right,
problem.
well-
Why don't we all come inside here and close the door this time?
I'm going to keep watch now because I've lost my meditative.
Okay, guys. We need to see.
Where's the gem troll?
Are you okay, Zanzi?
Sanzi walks right up to you, Valis, and just says,
Hey, you brought me back from the dead, I'm pretty sure.
You were almost dead. I can't bring. You were almost dead. I didn't bring you back from the dead full, but you were like pretty much knocking on
Like
its door.
65%.
So what's your deal? Are you on like nobility or what? I mean, that's pretty impressive magic you've got there. Are you single?
He's a librarian.
turns,
Currently
you're
single.
like up there on the rocks, camping out.
He's a librarian, bitch.
Alina has ushered everybody in and closed the door.
Okay.
Currently single, but not looking. I am flattered though. I'm really sorry about what happened
Looking
to
for
your
his
friend.
brains.
He nods and just says, okay, well, I mean, just respectfully, you know, if that changes, you come, I mean, slim pickings, really. Just, just smiles. If you need anything, I owe you. And she just gives you a wink. Walks off towards like the door, which Alita shuts, and then, oh, okay, and just walks back around and just kind of like stands there.
Stay here with us, Nancy.
Yeah, you can come rest with us, and we'll ask the gem troll not to hurt you. By the way, the gem trolls are really mad that you mine their rocks, and that's why the gem troll and then rip your goblins apart.
Their ears go down when you say gem troll, and they look around, but as far as you can all tell, you have not seen this creature since it merged back into the wall.
With tongues still running, Alina is gonna kind of wander back to where she thinks he like melded in, and just say, "We've dispatched an abomination of the Celesilacine. It tore apart most of our goblin friends, but we're sheltering one here. I hope this is all right with you. She won't disturb your gems."
Make an insight check.
And I am like near now, right? So
Yeah.
okay. 19.
19. In this moment, you had before had the sense that you were like part of the earth and you could just feel more, and that's gone. You lost that when you walked away from the wall. Some time between then and now, it's like something has changed here. And you are just kind of in a cave. You look at the stone that at one point was encrusted with these gems, and there are still little flecks of these kind of minerals, but none of the lustrous diamonds or things that you had seen previously.
Alina's like, I think he might be gone for now? I'm not really sure, but Zanzi, do not disturb anything in this cave. Cool. Good.
Ears are just down. They're just like looking around, real big eyes. They get real close to Valis.
Almost said good girl, but I did not. Growth.
Did you just say that part out loud?
Nah, that was,
Zanzi, I
that was
just want
just
you
for
to
the,
know.
that was just for the
was
stream.
for us.
That's Patreon content.
You resume your rest. For those of you who are on the first watch, the rest of the watch goes by without issue. Who is taking second watch? Ori and Minka. The two of you wake up to take your second watch. Both of you make perception checks. And Valis, you're just going to go start trancing.
Yeah, during my rest, how long would it take to bury 8 goblins?
Oh my god.
A substantial amount of time. I mean,
Okay.
and it's closer to like, I would say more like you're burying like 11 half goblins and then like 1 or 2 regular ones.
Well, just leave them at the back of the cave when we leave, and it'll be
We'll
food
feed him.
for the
We'll feed him to our
for
friend.
the troll guy.
Yeah.
Nutrients.
Sorry, did you have a question for me?
No.
Oh yeah, I just go straight to trans.
Okay, no worries.
20.
28. Alina, are you just going straight to bed?
Yes.
Okay, go straight to bed. With a 23, as Alina had like walked down the way and closed the door, the wind has died down in this place, the little that there was, and so it's pretty still air in here. You hear some of your companions snoring. You hear who's probably Cheshire giggling in their sleep. That's pretty creepy, but like unrelated to the creepiness of this general place.
At least I know that presence is documented in a space that I can keep track
It
of.
bounces a little bit.
Yeah.
Gotten
Minka,
used to it.
somewhere outside the caverns, there's a point where you hear rocks kind of fall, and you look around and there are a few new pebbles down on the ground, and that means that something moved outside, and something big. And perhaps far away, because you didn't hear it, you just saw evidence of passing. But that's all. A couple hours go by, and all of you can mark off a long rest if you wish.
Yeah. If we wish.
Did we
Nah.
finish identifying the clasp
yeah.
of the 44
yes.
banner?
Sorry.
Or that horrible side quest.
It's probably good to close the door.
That was really cool. I love that.
And there was a really good
That was a good chant.
Do we still feel cold? Like
a good question.
vulnerably cold?
So when you wake up, it still is quite cold. You imagine there is probably some step that you need to take to be able to be free of this.
Hey,
The vulnerability.
hey, fellas.
Yeah.
Remember that, like, time that Ori was feeling like shit, and then you poked him and he was better?
You mean when I was cursed?
Yeah.
Oh.
Can you, like...
Are you cursed?
Maybe? I just feel real cold.
Is there some type of check I can do to see if this
Does
is
Billy
like...
look cursed?
Make an Arcana
curse?
check.
Alright.
Make an Arcana check, Ori.
Based on my experiences of being cursed. this
I also
seems
have
like-
this. Can I make an
Make a
Arcana
straight
check on my
intelligence
own
check,
body?
Ori.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Straight intelligence for Ori.
Ooh, I got a 2. Total of 7.
20.
Could be.
Could be. You might be
Self-diagnosis.
cursed. Looks like it might be a curse.
I got 7.
A 7.
Yeah.
19.
Let me
It
see your
could be a
pupils.
curse, but this time of year there's a lot of allergies in the Underdark. I mean, who knows?
I'm fine.
Oh, I didn't...
Yeah, that looks like. I can't tell if it's the curse or if it's just the way that your eyes always looked.
Why are you saying like that?
It's hard to tell.
19 Arcana.
I think you
And I
might be
didn't
cursed.
pick my spells yet, but I don't think I would have picked that.
But I
Yeah.
think you might
Curse
have
out known
already
prior,
been
but do I
cursed.
think it's a curse?
That's fair.
Oh.
Can I make one as well?
Yeah.
25.
25. So, Valis, for you, it's not a curse, although you imagine an effect that would end a curse would probably work on this. It's something similar. It's... Valis, you're not quite sure what it is. Cheshire,
Do I think the spell magic could get rid of it?
with a 19, a strong enough to spell magic, certainly. You get the sense that at its base level, probably not.
Okay.
Cheshire. There's something very strange going on. As you are kind of taking this in and everybody's talking, things kind of off into the background and the air around you gets really dark and you are trying to figure out if this is a curse, and you certainly see attached to both Billy and Alina these, like, they're not quite threads. They're these, like, you know when you have something that is sticky and you pull it and it creates that long, like, kind of trail? It's like that.
Mozzarella cheese.
Yes, you got the cheese pull happening.
Cheese
but
pull from last week.
it is this kind of grayish, brackish looking film more than anything else. And curse isn't quite right. But it leads back down that tunnel, and you get the sense that you could probably follow it to its true destination. You're not sure what that means, but that's information that you have.
I want to ask questions, but I can't.
Nope.
Do you
I
feel
can't.
as if you're going to die imminently based upon...
I feel cold, and I want to leave caves and never go back to them for the rest of my life.
What if we...
Has nothing to do with you, Ori.
I'm talking about the curse.
What if we
Has
maybe
nothing to do with you.
create a
What do you-
fire
what do you
and make
know?
enough warmth? Maybe
What do you
it might
mean?
break whatever effect
He's
it is,
talking
but
from his own experience.
I might be able to get
Your
rid of it, but
experience,
I
totally different thing.
don't
What
have
is
that
it,
spell
then?
ready today. I would need to meditate on it.
Brown?
And
Brown?
I don't think we
You're
have
colored out
time
here,
for that.
I'll give you that.
Wait, brown thread?
Like the strings?
Yeah, dude.
Was it like the weird thing that I had before?
Like boogers?
No.
It's kind of comforting.
Well,
Is there
where
anything?
it?
Do you, okay.
Can anyone make a fire?
I mean, I could make a fire. I've got it.
It's connected to something further away.
What do
probably.
we need a
That's the
fire
source of it.
Oh.
Oh.
Should we go that way then?
Well, probably if they want to not feel bad anymore.
I would like to not feel bad anymore.
I can't.
When you say that,
Outside of normal.
with your 25, it's almost like something on the other end just gives a gentle little tug to each of those strings.
I don't like that.
I guess that's when we have to go.
What?
Okay.
Well, I don't know.
Being told. That's why.
What do you mean we're being told?
ick
Yeah.
that's covering them.
Yeah. The curse.
It said go that way.
Well, why would we listen to it if it's making them feel terrible?
Because we can kill it and feel less terrible.
That does
Couldn't
sound
there
good.
also be a way to just sever it without having to actually interact with said thing that is trying to draw us closer?
No, because
If you
Threads can be cut. Yes? Without
you have
getting
to
to both ends.
break what's holding it.
Ori,
want me-
I don't know how to break this to you, but the word thread is really just a metaphor here. With
Right, but-
magic, it's not the same as like a thread that can...
What about
I'm sorry, I feel so sick right now. I'm so sorry, Ori.
I learned from some of the greatest minds of the
That was very rude. I'm sorry. I am very sorry.
It's fine. No.
You just magic.
Semantics, right?
Ori has a point. I think I can maybe try to break the thread. Let
Really?
me. I don't have
We
the.
cut the threads of the memory on the blood throne. And
We did do that.
Different.
why is this? Yes, different thing, but different, but kind of similar. Yeah.
Okay. Do you
I
know
can tr-
where it's leading?
If
Is
I
it
had
to
a
the
different
fortress that
spell,
we're going to anyway.
I think it might work, but with the spell I have, it's almost like a contest of wills to try to break it. So,
So we should just go kill the thing.
well, I could
which
try
one
to
of these will
dispel it,
will?
but again, that's going to be a contest of will, and I'm happy to do it. But
let's
if you
just
want
go kill
to
the thing.
give
wanna
me
kill the
anything to
thing.
help me focus on it, then I can
We
definitely
have
give it a
so
shot.
many other things that we need to be doing.
Wait, hold on. Wait, is it in the same direction that we're going already?
Is it in the same direction? I wonder why.
There's only one way out of this particular area, and so yes, in that way.
Ori,
Valence.
Leave the way.
At this, Zanzi would like kind of experimentally looking at your armor, find a place that's hollow and just clang, clang, clang to like make enough noise to get
Zanzi?
people's attention in. And then Zanzi will say, Varys is talking, and everybody should listen to him.
Batman.
So, Batman is talking, and Batman always has the best ideas.
But
Give me something that can help me focus, and maybe I can try to dispel it. Out of character. Give me bardic and guidance, and I will cast the spell magic.
Yeah, I mean, guidance, yes, of course.
If you don't do this, I'm going to go off into the darkness and fucking kill everything I see.
I'm guessing this is done.
it is cool.
Makes sense.
Yes,
Alright.
that is done.
I cast a spell magic, and it says I have to roll spell casting ability check versus the. Is this a level 4 or higher spell?
You'll have to make the check.
Spell response.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah, you have to make the check.
I'll make the check, and let's see. And it says the DC is 10 plus the spell's level. That's what I was asking. But I will make the check. Oh, that's not good.
Bumby numbers.
Oh wait, hold on. 12. Let's see. 10, 12, 15.
That isn't from a while ago. Bumby numbies. I got that from you.
15.
Pizza. With the assistance of your companions,
I needed everything I had. Oh, wait.
But that was yours. I
you
mean,
get
I'll
some
take.
guidance from Minka, and then Billy like pulls out the rapier and starts walking down the tunnel. And you know this is less inspiration and more like a preview. And knowing that really drives you to try to dispel this. And looking at these threads, the kind of picturing what Cheshire is explaining to you, you cast Dispel Magic, and there is a lightness that takes hold in this air. And suddenly, for you, Billy, and for you, Alina, it's a little bit warmer.
Ooh, for both of us.
Did it work?
I think so. Billy?
Oh, it worked, did it? Oh, so the
I still
threads
feel
were
like shit,
able
but
to
it's
be
more
cut.
like because I'm underground.
Ori, I owe you an apology. I'm sorry.
No,
I was
oh,
feeling
do
very
you-
sick. But I should have listened to you.
Thank you, Cheshire.
Magic, I hope
Thank you,
would have been
Valis.
quite
Thank you,
good sorcerer.
Cheshire. Thank you, Valis.
Well,
Of course.
we're heading out now, I'm guessing.
I pat Zanzi.
Anybody,
Fuck you.
but also, for anybody who didn't hear it, Matt just said, if I studied magic, I would have been a good sorcerer, which is such a good line. I'm going to learn to be born rich.
Hey, cold death on me.
What did you major in? Nepotism? Oh,
Okay, before we go, I have a question.
sure.
Yeah, me too.
Just to the group, Alina's gonna be like, okay, we're all feeling a lot better now. I'm sorry that the goblins are gone. She sort of inclines her head to Zanzi. And then she's gonna be like, there are still hostages that we meant to go rescue. That was always our next move, was to go try to save the hostages. Lormar's up there. Is that still what we want to do? I mean, I don't know if the gem troll, if what he said about them being dead, if that was like, you know, like they're already dead, or if they're literally all like.
How long
The
has
gem
he been
troll.
down here? Lost.
Are you talking about the hill people that we captured?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, most of them are still alive. One of them's my friend. They're the one that carved their things.
So, if
Do you know when?
alive.
Yeah, are they like sewn together with other people?
Oh, not yet.
Do you know like
Great.
when? How long do we have?
Oh. I mean, I guess it sort of depends. The psilocybin hasn't been back in, I don't know, maybe like 2 months, give or take. So probably pretty soon they'll be on their way around.
Frequently does it come around?
I mean, it's not like a schedule.
Fair. But we should go. If nothing else, we need to confirm whether or not they are alive or dead. Because if they are already dead, then we still need to know. And if they aren't, then we still have a chance to help them. So if nothing else, we'll get information. And also, if we can disrupt the what seems to be some sort of either summoning or sewing ritual, either one of them, that would probably be a good for everyone down here.
I get the sense that the psilocybin himself has to be present to do the sewing. Is that right, Zanzi?
I don't know.
I've seen them stitch themselves back together.
It's pretty wicked magic.
But that's after that might have been part of the original stitching. I don't know.
But we don't know if the psilocybin can do it, or if the psilocybin's other things can
Nothing
do
else, it's uncommon magic.
it. Nothing else.
I know the ogres can't do it themselves.
Either
There it
way,
is.
we need to be making moves towards our goal.
We should take
There's
a look at the map
evil
and
down here
route.
that we can eliminate.
There's a lot of evil down here that can eliminate us as well.
And there's some goblins that are locked up there as well, you know? And so, I mean, there's all sorts of people that are locked up there. There's drow, there's kobolds.
Well, at any time, you are welcome to come with us, but if it gets too dangerous or you wish to leave, you can.
Oh, I was going to go with you.
Okay.
It's more dangerous on my own. I had a bunch of friends, but you killed them all.
A thought.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Don't.
Understand?
Zanzi, your name is yes?
That's a weird order to put those words.
I've been formally introduced.
Billy snorts in the
How
corner.
likely would it be that you could get us through to where they're captured as quote-unquote prisoners?
Oh, you mean like pretend that you're prisoners?
Right. Like you pretend to have captured us.
Looks at all of you and just goes, is he being for real right now? I appreciate what you're saying, but it's very unlikely that I'd be able to take all of you captive.
Right.
Okay, I have an idea. Now that we've rested, I can. You know how I have my ring that I go into sometimes? Well, I can bring other people in there now too.
You've got a magic ring.
Yeah.
That's what I was. Yes.
So it doesn't have to be a whole group of us. Some or all of us could hide in the ring. Rez could even carry it, but
That was my thought.
I could turn into a rat.
Can your ring make people fly?
no, I can.
Sure,
I can.
make people fly.
Yeah, I can also fly. A lot of us can fly. Why?
Oh, Chief Gonga Bunga, they've got a ring and it can make people fly, so I thought it might be the same.
That's pretty cool. No, it's not the same, but it's not lucky for your chief. It's pretty dope.
Where's your chief?
In the Gronga Bunga.
So the thing I'm worried about
Matt, last week you guys all got a map, and on that there was a spot
The map's
labeled.
over there. You want to grab it?
Oh yeah, there's a spot labeled Grunga Bunga, and you learned that was where the Grungle Bunga boys come from.
The Grungle Bungle boys
Come
live in
from
Grunga Bunga.
Yes, which is two Grungle Bungle, one word, Grunga Bunga two.
I
words.
literally had it in my notes. Is it Grungle Bungle
Yeah.
or Grunga Bunga?
The answer is
Because
yes.
I was like, oh shit, the trolls are saying Grunga Bunga. Is that like a different dialect?
That's a
I'm
settlement
trying to
name.
do like
words.
Ori is a linguist for all of this, and I have it
I
in
think
my
that's you,
notes.
Gunnar. You might need to refresh.
Wow. Whew. Okay.
So,
Anyway.
Alina's gonna just kind of point. So she's
here.
She's like, I sent Rez to do some. We're here. I sent Rez to do some reconnaissance. He tried going this way. He tried going this way, and both of these were like impassable for different reasons. Hannah can't remember, but Alina shares them. And then he tried to go this way, and something came down from the ceiling and smushed him.
So I believe one way he flew into some webs and then had a bad time.
Right.
I think another way it became unbreathable essentially because he had
foggy.
It was bad air because towards like that like fissure in the ground,
Is where there's more.
bad air.
This is when you went up this way. This is where there was like the mist and the freezing air. There was webs up here that he got stuck in, and then when he went down this way, that is where he got squished.
Yeah.
Something from the ceiling.
So
Probably a dragon.
there's a
spider.
lot
This
of different
is-
ways we could go, but
This is where the jail and the ritual is. So I feel like we should go to the jail first because if there's a chance that the prisoners are still alive, then we need to take that chance and save them.
yeah, I agree. If we can find a way just to get to this chasm, then we can fly. Those of us who can fly can carry the others who can't. We can fly and not have to bypass this fortress yet until we're ready. We can go straight to the jail, release them.
Everybody down here that we're here.
Well, I don't know, but we could at least get the lay of the land. And I mean, I don't want the prisoners just to stay there when the Celisai could return any minute now.
Zanzi will say, plus they sent the Splitnose after you, so like they know that you're down here. And I mean,
what?
again, I hate to keep bringing this up, but you killed a bunch of my friends. And I mean, they'll notice that too.
Yeah.
We do leave a trail
I
of
feel
bodies
like-
in our wake.
Now is not necessarily the time for sneaking, as loath as I am to say.
It's less about sneaking and more about not having to go here yet.
I think that is where we precisely need to go because they know that we're here. They are going to use the folks that are in jail quickly to.
It's a trap.
Exactly. I think we have to face it head on at this point because they know that we're here and they will not expect us to be going directly through their front door.
Well,
I mean, that's true.
The central location is the spot where the devil is, I believe.
But we're here. The thing that seems most pressing is saving the prisoners. Does anyone disagree with that?
No, but how are we going to save the prisoners if we have to fight our way all the way through there?
If we can release the prisoners, at least we might have more allies.
I think we have a better chance of releasing the prisoners by going up this way and around as
But that's
quickly
where
as possible.
everything is that we'll have to fight.
That's where
Oh.
we assume that everything is.
There is a big, probably dragon with spider legs here.
That's a spider dragon. Yeah.
Yeah. That's the broken
And it
bridge.
was on the ceiling, so everybody just make sure you look up.
Kamagrabogo means field of monsters. So I think we should definitely get to the temple eventually, but I think we might be best if we can go to the jail now because who knows how long they'll keep the prisoners alive for.
And if nothing else, if we pass through the spider's territory, there's a non-zero chance the spider is amenable to our plans, in the sense that they also greatly dislike what's going on here because the spider part of the spider dragon was their mate. And
Yeah.
that is a very upsetting thing to experience.
Wiltor, mother of spiders, her mate was Karen Mar, whose legs are
So you're saying
possibly
that
here
we go
to a dragon like wings.
up this way to go and commune with these spiders and
No,
then
we want to cross the big
Cross
ol'
to the
big
jail.
ol' gap there.
But if there's a chance to talk to the spiders, our,
more like if
our
we run
goals
into-
might be aligned.
It may be because I cannot fly as easily as all of you, but that looks like quite a large amount of space given the current
I think Sanzi said it was
spatial-
about 120 feet-ish. Was that right?
Oh, at its shallowest, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, you
that's,
mean wide?
Wide.
Wide.
Yeah, about 120 feet.
I can carry you.
So it's not massive.
we have
it's not
multiple
small.
magical means to get across.
But something to keep in mind when we talk about down, typically it's about 500 feet. And so, I mean, it's to say that it's guaranteed fatal is, well, technically true. Also, what was the word you used before? Metaphorically true as well.
But then that may be an entrance to the deeper dark.
Oh, yeah, I mean, that's in the deeper dark down there.
Okay.
That's drow territory. You gotta be careful down there.
Another option, if we commune with the spiders, they could make a bridge for us. If our goals align with them. Out of webs. I think spiders make webs.
You know they might. Okay. Can we commune with spiders? Does tongues work on spiders?
Yeah.
As long as they speak a language.
As long as they speak a language. So, unknown.
I have a.
What? oh yeah. One of us gets. I forgot for a second who I was sitting across.
He doesn't do it very much, so it's
No,
understandable.
I know.
The two
I
bards
always
are
go
just like
terrible on the perception checks. I look around for insects
Make a perception check.
or Class B.
Okay.
We met a rust monster. It was named Class B.
You named it Class B. It
Was
wasn't
my
like
sentence wrong? It was named Class B by
by
me.
me.
10.
You look around, and in the space where it is so cold, there is no small insects. You imagine if there was life on that scale, it would be dug deep, deep, deep down into the ground.
Oh, real quick. Was I able to get was I able to get information from identifying the class?
Yes, sorry, I keep going, and then you guys keep doing new things.
Yeah, we keep doing stuff. We do
Doing
stuff.
Yeah, I mean we're trying to do stuff.
That is to something called the Cloak of the Crawling Legion, and I think what do you get?
Like if I identify it,
Yeah.
I just kind of like know what it does.
like
and
babies, like a lot
know
of
how to
babies.
use it, and then
So this cloak seems to grant the wearer more protection. It also seems to have some benefit to a mount, should there be a associated mount with the rider.
Cloak of the.
Crawling Legion.
All right, and do I get the sense that like I just have the clasps? Does it need a specific cloak, or can I just put that class on any cloak?
It's part of a cloak, and so it needs the rest of it to function as intended.
I see. Okay.
I think we should head at least towards that middle one. So not directly into spider territory.
Here.
Oh, up more, sorry. That one, yes. I think we should go up this way. At the very least, we'll get some eye lines on our destinations. We might encounter some spiders, so that might lead us to speaking with the spider mother. And at very least, it's not directly into the bad air, which only one of us maybe two, actually. Val's can hold his breath for a really long time. Can do well in. I'd rather not fight a spider dragon if we don't have to. The dragon part of that, it really, really is the most concern. There is the bad neighbor at the jail, though.
This Zanzi nods and goes, "Oh yeah, I almost forgot about the bad neighbor."
I'd forgotten about the bad neighbor.
Bad neighbor.
Oh, multiple horse heads on some kind of ooze thing.
Bad neighbor.
Get it. Ori, which way do you think we should go?
Are you from down here?
Good.
Well, as people keep asking you questions.
I know, buddy. I know.
It's not good no matter which way we go. Which way we will
I still
encounter
think-
horrible things no matter where we go. The question is, which horrible thing do we want to encounter?
I mean, honestly, I feel like we're gonna end up having to encounter any of them now that we've gotten down here and
Well, we need to go somewhere.
intervened.
We need to go somewhere. We need to at least hopefully get Lorimar back.
Right. Who is currently after us? The Psilocybin.
Yes.
Correct.
And also, the devil, most likely, because
The
we
cold one.
Yes, cold one. My apologies.
Cold one.
Because
Which
we
one
keep taking
sent-
out members of their armies. And also, we mentioned that we are gonna hopefully free Grungabunga.
I think.
That's directly related.
And give it back to the goblins.
So what I'm asking is, which of the folks that we have killed along this path of destruction are working for the Psilocybin
Yes.
and working for the cold one?
Same.
The psilocybin. The cold one is the lieutenant,
So
lieutenant
then
of the psilocybin.
Everything down here, with the exception of these spiders, is going to be automatically aggressive towards us.
Not now. The kobolds, if you can find any of them, they're sort of aggressive towards lots of different things.
If we're not
And then the
looking-
drow, the whole Zaya Imperium, they're not pleasant, but they're not going to automatically attack you unless you cross the wall of bone.
Do you know Underdark, right? Is it you?
I do know Undercommon, yeah.
Undercommon, right. So that's something. So at least, at the very least, if they don't speak Uppercommon, they might speak Undercommon with
If we
parlay a
take the
little bit.
bridge, how fortified is it to get from the other side to the jail?
There.
Are you asking Zanzi?
Oh,
Yeah.
you mean the broken bridge?
Right.
Well, Warwick Bung is right near there, and so you got to be careful because they always have that garrisoned. And that's typically where they'll take slaves along that path. You want to make them walk the longest that you can, so you break the ones that are going to die anyways. Pretty well guarded.
You guys want to be friends with them?
What? Billy?
I was just saying, you guys want to be friends with us?
It's just resource management.
What about you? Billy? Cheshire? Care to weigh in?
Quickest path. Just go through.
I would tend to
Quickest
agree.
path to the jail.
Just plow through, and then we can leave.
Chesh? I would like to go back.
Right, but that's not one of. That is.
You can
actually-
do whatever you want, but I know that you want to help people not be sewn into other people.
I'm fine with returning as long as we return with at least Lorimar. We
Given-
really need his engineering
Why are you here, Cheshire?
and his knowledge of history
Now is not the time to.
and
get
his carving skills.
Yeah, and his coughing
I
skills.
was asked to help the Wandering Hearts.
I guess I was too.
He's really nice.
Right.
He does talk a lot.
We will help Lomar and the rest.
What we need to do now is just make a decision and go.
Straight.
Straight it is.
I start walking this way.
Which way is
Okay.
that way? Okay.
You start walking. Which way are you walking, fellas?
Straight.
Actually,
Which way is straight? Straight is here.
Billy is
Straight.
walking this way, and yes, following the map.
Straight.
oh, that's
where we're
straight.
going.
I think
You mean like direct?
We're doing it.
Wait, this way?
Yeah, because we're
Through the spider dragon.
we're here. Billy wants to go through the spider dragon because that's what Billy perceives as the straightest, most direct path without going near the cloud of stuff that will
hold on.
disintegrate us.
When we're in this area, can I just ask? It looks like there's a path over here. Does anyone see a way to get from here?
Rez
I
at
sent
that would
Rez
kind
there,
of pipe
yeah.
up and just go, yeah, there's a whole bunch of spider webs there, but as long as you can make your way through, and you won't see them, because I would have seen them and I didn't. But yeah, you could go.
I'm like,
You looking for spiders? That's where they are.
I think
That is.
I think through the spider path.
Preferred spider dragons, apparently.
I don't want to fight the spider
we
dragon.
don't have to fight it. We just have to get past it.
Billy, stop.
True.
Zanzi will say, for what it's worth, you typically don't fight the spider dragon, you just kind of are done.
But I'm not going to say it.
All right.
If we go
Let's-
the web way, I worry that we'll get stuck in the webs because that's what happened to Rez, and then we can't just bamf our way out of it like he could.
Well, I could, but maybe we should just vote and decide because it feels like
Straight.
Straight.
Spiders.
Spiders.
You don't get a vote.
Yes,
You
she
can
does.
see they're
She's
just
the
like
breaking
watching
vote.
Valis the whole time. Just go,
No, Swansea gets no.
it's like an echo.
Straight.
Should I guys have that?
All right.
All right.
3 for straight and 2 for spiders. 1 undecided.
All right, straight it is. Is everyone ready to go?
Zanzi
Yes.
kind of nods.
Emotionally? No. Physically, I guess.
We're gonna help Warmer.
Well, I'm just worried about the spider dragon.
Oh yeah, that too.
We can try
Okay,
to
Raz said it
avoid
came
the
from
spider
above,
trap.
so eyes up, rise up, wise up, or whatever.
Everyone
Tits up.
Minka is gonna try to get everyone to get close to her
The idea
because
is
I believe
not
if I was,
fight the spider.
I would
Right.
like to cast
Keep an eye on.
Pass Without a Trace
Okay, yes.
on us as a collective.
Should
Plus
Valis,
10?
should you be wearing that noisy armor?
I mean,
Yeah.
Okay, that's
Billy,
a
have
good
you
point.
put your noisy armor back on?
No.
Okay.
Billy sold her noisy
Oh,
armor.
that's right. Yeah.
Billy ain't got no noise. Other than her own.
So you begin to walk. And which
Wait,
direction?
wait, wait! Stop, everybody!
Oh,
if we're
you stop
really
walking.
trying to sneak by here, maybe we should go in my ring. Like, one person or Rez can carry the ring, and then we don't have to worry about noisy armor.
But if Rez dies, then the ring will maybe fall 500 feet down.
Well, it doesn't. Okay, I'm just saying. It's just an idea.
Okay. I could carry the ring and try to sneak past with those noisy armor.
No,
No.
I don't know. Ori's the sneakiest of all of us.
Valis should go in the ring.
Are we? If we're doing the
Clink,
ring,
clink,
let's
clink.
decide now.
I don't feel comfortable entering your ring yet.
I think we should save the ring for if we need to traverse over the pit.
Okay. Puts it back on. Let's go.
All right, but it looks like you wanted us to gather to
Oh yeah.
make us all.
I would like to make us a little
Quiet?
quieter.
Passed without trace.
And Minka's gonna count to make sure that she can hit everyone, including Zanzi.
7, including Zanzi.
Yep.
8, actually, with Rez. Rez is invisible, for what it's worth.
So, there actually isn't a target limit, but it is within roughly 30 feet.
Okay, yeah, you can get
So we
it.
just
It
can't
is a
leave
30
the
foot
radius.
body.
Okay.
Yeah, so pass out a trace. So plus 10 bonus to our dexterity stealth checks, and we cannot be tracked except by magical means.
Nice.
So just to be clear, people who voting straight, you want us to go this way
Straight.
and across the bridge.
Right.
Si,
and,
senor.
through
And
the
then
field of monsters.
Si, senor.
And are we
Over
heading?
this way.
And are we heading?
To the jail.
No,
we're not going to the keep.
We're gonna
Not
loop
going to the
around.
keep. Past the keep to the jail.
Past the
Because if
rituals.
they're taking people from the
past
jail to the
the-
keep, we'll catch them.
past the
Sure,
rifts
we're
to the
gonna
hells.
we're
straight
gonna
to
skip
jail.
the kit.
These aren't rifts. They're ritual. The rift is in here.
We're gonna
Right.
skip the
These are
keep.
just
Sure.
As far as you know.
That is what
So,
Alina knows.
the-
Past the ritual circles. Okay.
Yeah, that in theory.
Why don't we
according
go
a
to the
report from
keep
goblins,
first?
To the what?
It's on the way.
Where
The
people
cave?
come through.
The keep.
Oh, the keep. Well,
Gonna see us.
Into the thick of it.
we can make the call when we get closer.
We can
we
shut
already
the
made the
rift.
call.
We can kill the things, and we'll be fine.
You
Whether to
pass
go
without
in
a
the
trace,
fortress or-
and as a group, you begin to walk off and in the direction of the bridge, taking the straightest path that you can think of, which is the one that Rez died along. So,
But now
But
we
we're
know to look
sneaking.
up. Now we know to look
We're
up.
everybody make a
sneaking.
stealth check.
And Rez is a
Plus 10.
weenie.
Can Rez contribute to the group stealth? Oh, are we in a wild space?
You are.
Hell yeah.
Can I press B to crouch?
For what it's worth, no. For what it's worth, Alina, all around you, there are places here and there where you feel like you are right at the edge of a wild space. And no matter where you look, you're seeing cavern and stone. There's something to that. But what that is, you're not quite registering right now, but you are in a wild space.
Cool. Well, Alina gets a 19.
Okay?
Does Rez have to make one too?
No, he's invisible.
Did you add plus 10?
Oh, 29.
29. What was yours?
Sorry, I got really 24.
24, okay.
26.
26.
38.
Man.
Oh my god.
Left the door open.
That was what the face
18.
was. 'cause it just got
34.
34.
felt him hit my legs.
Oh yeah, I just felt them right now.
Oh,
So, as a group, you all just melt into the shadows with the magic of Minka kind of clinging to you. Whenever you step, your foot picks up pebbles and they don't tumble off to the sides. They almost just kind of click and then roll slightly down, and there is no noise with your footfalls. You make your way to a place where the cavern begins to transition and become much more cavernous. The ceilings rise up and up and up and away, and Billy, for you, it is no longer feeling so tight and enclosed. Though the walls do kind of pinch in here and there, places about 10 feet wide, it's a lot better than it was. You walk for 10 minutes, and then for 20 minutes. Who's leading this group?
I think. Billy, did you start? 'Cause
Billy started,
I'll go.
so I guess
I'm
it's
probably
Billy.
like with
Billy, make a
Billy.
survival check.
I think I'm going at pace with Billy, but Billy was the one who kind of started.
I'm 10 feet behind Billy.
17.
Okay.
Do I get a wisdom-y aura thing, or is that dexterity?
It's only for saving
Saves.
throws,
Cool.
not ability checks.
17.
Billy's like in front, and I'm just looking around for things that are about to attack Billy. And not
With a
me.
17, no problem. As you're moving, you can see that steadily what looks at first to be like little wisps of smoke or maybe bits of snow are really just these tendrils of old webs that have formed basically cobwebs up above. And as you get further in, even though the ceiling is rising, these little tendrils are growing thicker and a little bit more dense. And here and there you could see places where they are still stretched taut and very much likely active.
Don't touch those.
But here and there with the 17, you also notice that in the webs, there is not just the normal spread. Here and there, you can see a strange zigzag pattern that has been woven in strands that run like crooked roadways along huge draperies of these webbings that span in places almost hundreds of feet across between areas of stone that fall down from the ceiling a little bit, forming almost like banners. The air is rawer here, and I would say with your check, Billy, you feel that there is wind coming in from the northwest, and there is a tinge of this acidity to the air, but here it is not burning your lungs. Here there is not a problem, as there might be had you gone the other path, towards that sort of volcanic area. As such, you don't feel as if there's going to be any ongoing problems from that, as long as you do not head any further north. After about an hour, Billy, you begin to see and hear the wind affect something much different in the distance. And as you are approaching a place where you can see just beyond, the space becomes truly like a hollow space inside the earth, and you can hear the of the wind as it blows by. You can see crystals of ice, you can see snow falling just beyond. You have reached where this crevasse is. And make a perception check.
This crevasse right
That's
here.
not
this
the
is
crevasse.
this is a crevasse. This is not a river.
So we're here somehow.
Oh, well,
12.
12.
we don't know where we are. We're just at a crevasse.
I am uncomfortable.
With a 12, that's all you see. You can see that there is a place where the snow and ice has kind of formed almost like a little, it really is, for you, Billy, not feeling super comfortable in the underground space, a little maze-like. But the walls only rise up about 4 or 5 feet in places, so you could kind of hop over them if you really had to.
Where are we?
What? Yeah, where are we?
Do we see a bridge?
Are we already like at?
Looking at your map, you are somewhere in this general region.
Okay.
Oh,
You have
Okay.
walked and you have avoided anything that might have been in this general area.
nice.
And you have come to roughly here. You can see
okay.
probably about 100 feet ahead where this just drops, and there is just darkness across.
Can we see the bridge anywhere?
Make a perception check. With a 17, Billy did not see it.
Can I look around as well?
Yeah?
Billy's perception check was 12.
Oh, Billy, you don't even see that like ice archway. You can really just see there's just ice beyond.
Do
They
I
form these
passively
mirror-like
see
walls. Passively, you see Billy in front of you. You see 21 worth of Billy.
22 for me.
Okay.
Consider perception
26
checks.
worth of Billy.
No, I'll wait for those to be done.
With a 22, as you gaze beyond, you certainly see that there is more happening. Though you don't see the bridge, you can see the crevasse, and you can see standing out against the sort of gray of the snow and the webs where they fall, what looks in the distance, probably close to 200-300 feet away, a tower. Made out of stone. You can see what look like, at first you think it's covered in very thick webbing, but no, it's carved into the rock itself. These are patterns designed to look like spider webs and spiders proper, kind of posted along the crenellations that still proudly stick out from the top of this place. It is close to 5 or 6 stories tall, and even there is space up and up and up, and you don't see the ceiling, and so the space that you are in is quite huge.
This is what I just saw, right? That's what I'm looking at?
No. much
Where's
more
the
than that,
tower?
probably.
Zanzi mentioned a goblin tower that was used for like lookouts
Garrison.
nearby.
And I think as you're like trying to focus, Zanzi would creep up to like the rest of the group, all of you now gathering around Alina, kind of like looking around, and Zanzi would say, Bortwick Bung. And they point and their little goblin fingers towards the dark tower.
Okay.
There's probably like 5 or 6 goblins up there, and they've got a big arrow thrower, and it would probably smush one of you, so just be really quiet. And also, there's probably ogres wandering around.
Okay.
Is that tower on the other side of the crevasse? Or on our side?
On your side.
And where is it in relation to us? If we're like at the edge of the crevasse?
West.
It would be like right, let's say, well, would a visual perspective be helpful?
Sure.
I'll tell you what. Because it is about to be 10 o'clock, this is where we're going to end for the evening.
3 weeks without knowing.
But would you like to see a visual perspective?
Yeah.
Pass me that map. Let me exchange it for everyone. You're in the way, man.
Olive wanted a sign off from Valis.
You got a valid sign off in a
She
second.
did want that.
She did redeem that.
I'm going to pull the wandering hearts off this encounter map and pull that one thing off.
Farts.
This is the hardest one to get off the actual table. Pages.
Oh, jeez.
Okay. You make some space, please.
So far for one on here.
Pass that over.
It's, it's gonna be less. Like this.
So tiny man's down here?
No.
Just regular size mans.
I bet the doors
All
open.
mans
the
are
cat
tiny
door.
mans.
Oh my god.
Oh my god!
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh god.
Oh man, look at that ballista.
Push the tower going onto the
It's so big!
happening. Boom.
Oh, there's so many guys there.
That's a lot of big boys. You are all hanging out right about here.
Sweet.
And I'll give a little bit of an encounter map here for folks. But unfortunately, because we're going to be stepping away, you won't see this on Instagram for the next couple of weeks. You're going to have to wait just a little bit longer to see a little bit more about this. But I'm going to turn it over to Valis to sign us off. Give me just 1 second here, Valis.
Alright, everyone. As Valis would say, stay safe out there. And remember, no matter how dark the night gets, the dawn will always come.
See you in August.
Bye.
The moon explodes.